Harry Tector. You called it, Niall. Outside edge. Harry Tector gone without.
इस वीकेंड देखिए एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन और सोनी लिव पर।
Captain Lorcan against Oman and Colombo. Harshit Rana, who's a little bit up and down that first over, but did pick up the wicket of Rossadair. Oh my word, they are here. They mean business here deep.
That's a quick change in the length for Harshit. Started with back of length, now he's bowling fuller. Yeah, that's not swinging. That's going to always angle it away from the right-hander. And you called it, Niall. He does get out quite often initially. Outside off stump.
I don't think that ball did anything. Just angle. And game and batting in cricket is about angles. And something just didn't look right. However, wherever Harry Tector was trying to hit that ball just didn't look quite right, because it didn't nip, it didn't swing.
Yeah, again, talking about swinging now, we haven't seen the ball moving laterally at all so far in the first 3 odd overs. And you look at the seam position again. That's ball, that's a scramble seam. That's not swinging any which way. That's just going to go with the angle. And as a batter, the other thing you do is you prepare yourself. Just look at the first couple of overs. Hey, it's not swinging, so it's not coming back in. So you might as well go and stand on the middle or off stump and trying to cover the angle. And then when you see that seam wobbling, you know it's not going to swim.
Leg side. Won't cut that off. So Tim Tector is living slightly dangerously, but at the moment he's entertaining the crowd.
Go on. He's loud enough. But that's a good shot. The ball just come back in a little bit with the angle as well. The bat kind of slipping in his hands as well. But it just seems like at times he just does have this tendency of falling over, isn't it, Tim Tector? I wouldn't be surprised if Harshit is trying to hit his pads and attack the stumps a little more.
Well, that's going to be wide for sure. Rowley Black, one of our umpires, in his 47th T20I, and Gareth Morrison is alongside him, standing in his 8th. Johnny Kennedy is our 3rd umpire today. Good old JK.
Just got a little carried away, Harshit. Look at that bounce.
Now then, straight up in the air. Simple as you like, and Ireland are gifting India wickets here in the power play.
Just talking about his head falling over, I won't be surprised if his head was, the line of the ball was inside his eye line.
That's why that's like a joke.
Kind of slicing it. He did slice the previous one as well to the boundary, but this one, nicely watched and taken by Shreyas Iyer. Yeah, Tim Tector gone for 17, 30 for 3 Ireland.
तेरे को शर्म आती थी ना गले में बैठने में।
दानी को एंजाइटी अटैक हुआ है। You all need family therapy.
मैं ना भुंड लेनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर? वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का। इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं? सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़ पानी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर।
नाम याद रखना।
1 जुलाई से देखिए इंग्लैंड की फ्लाइट सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर।
Team India is ready. Watch the India tour of England starting on the
India on the charge here, and why not? Harsh is going to go round the wicket and just angle the ball in slightly deep with that strong wrist and just try and take it away to the slip cordon.
Patrick's 260.
And that's what we've seen a lot of the right-hand bowlers do against left-handers, and straight away around the wicket.
Oh, now that he's standing on off stump there, Ben Khalid's. So really should know where his off stump is and let that one through to the keeper. Just nerves.
It's also a tough time to come out to bat as a middle order batter. It's only the 4th over, 30 for 3. And it's a T20 format. You don't know to go hard or not, or try and consolidate at this point in time.
Another good over for Harsh Rana. 4 done, Ireland in trouble. 30 for 3.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबां केसरी।
दुर्योधन के दिए विष के कारण भीम पहुंचा रहस्यमय लोक में।
शाबाश भांजे, अब भीम को मृत्यु मिलेगी और तुम्हें सिंहासन। इस नागलोक से आज तक कोई जीवित नहीं लौटा।
कह दो पूरे नागलोक से पांडु पुत्र भीम आया है।
नए लोक की नई चुनौतियों से कैसे उभरेगा भीम? हस्तिनापुर के वीर, सोमवार से शनिवार रात 9 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
So 3 wickets down are Ireland early on. Arshdeep into his 3rd over, continuing from the spinny end. So joined by Isabel Joyce, who in the annals of Irish cricket, few names resonate with the same enduring reverence as Isabel Joyce. From a cricketing dynasty. It's been a bright start for India here with the ball.
They've come out with the bit between their teeth. Lots to play for with the new cycle coming up here for India. Double world champions. They'll be looking to repeat things in a couple of years' time. So it's time to start planning and seeing who's going to be in year 11 come that tournament then.
Great line from Arshdeep Singh. He's somebody who's toying with his line and length at times, but he's been very, very difficult to play for many, and for some it's about the angle. But just look at that pitch map of Arshdeep today.
Yeah, great consistency. Hasn't given much away, has he? So when you're trying to make something happen, and with that angle, the length really changes the line that the ball reaches you at as well. So Harry Tector playing at one that was probably a little bit too far away from him for a straight drive. He played a little bit too straight, should have been looking squarer.
There's a little innovation. Quite making contact, Lorcan Tucker. Picked up a couple of runs though in his new role as captain. I suppose many eyes are going to be on Lorcan Tucker and Shreyas Iyer both as they begin their permanent captaincy. Lorcan Tucker having captained Ireland twice previously, won in a loss. But that is stand-in now, permanent captain, taking over from long-time leader Paul Stirling.
Well, then, when I think about Lorcan Tucker taking over, a lot less pressure on him than on Shreyas Iyer, but he is obviously taking over against India, so plenty of eyeballs on him. Might have been easier against a different team, but yeah, you just could hear it as soon as he hit it that it didn't hit properly. I think that's come off the glove of Lorcan Tucker there.
Tucker just looking to run that down behind square on the offside. Akshar Patel. Good to see him back and featuring for India in this series, having lost the vice captaincy to Tilak Varma.
Well, that's the problem with being a left armer. running on the danger zone. I think the taller you are, the more difficult it is to get off quickly. But it's something that it can creep into your game and play on your mind as a left arm seamer.
Nicely played, but straight to the fielder.
Well, they've really pegged Ireland back here, haven't they, India? Ben Callant's 0 from 2, Lorcan Tucker 2 from 5, and usually in the power play, obviously, that's when you're trying to score boundaries. Only 2 fielders allowed out. And, well, for Arshdeep, he's trying to get out of his third over without going for a boundary. It's been a fantastic third. Sunny in Belfast. Everyone was hoping for good weather. It's here, and the crowds are here as well.
And why not? Beautiful day of cricket. Two sides looking to go head-to-head. The most competitive of environments. Arshdeep Singh. This ball to end his third over. Again, just changing the angle. Lorcan Tucker. There's a little bit of shall we, let's go. End of 5. Ireland 33 for 3.
ये देखो नया नेम प्लेट।
अन्नू के साथ लोन ले रहे हो, तुम कमर कस लो।
अरे किस्तों की कुश्ती हम भी लड़ लेंगे। वैसे आपके बेटे तो धोखा तो देंगे नहीं।
बड़े वाले भैया ने ना अलग अपार्टमेंट सेट कर लिया है।
कुछ बताना जरूरी नहीं समझ रहे बच्चे।
जेबों की फितरत होती है कि वो फट जाते हैं और दिलों की किस्मत होती है कि वो टूट जाते हैं। लेकर जिंदगी के सिक्कों की खनक आ गई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक।
Team India is ready. Watch the India Tour of England starting on the 1st of July on the TV channels of Sony Sports Network.
He's prodigious talent in the death overs. Rashid Rana, though, will also bowl through his first 3 overs. There is an individual who's walking in front of the sight screen. Rashid Rana and Lorcan Tucker are among those trying to encourage the individual to march completely across the sight screen. So into the 6th over we go, final over in the power play.
Well, with that individual running or walking behind the sight screen, I almost want to say to the Indian team, welcome to Ireland. Not everyone here knows that rule. There's a very, very big sight screen there, so he probably felt he was safe.
Isabel, I know you enjoy a good wide brim cap, but how cool is Shreyas Iyer? Whilst over the power play, but under scrutiny, and under that wide brim is Shreyas Iyer. First match as India captain today.
Yeah, under scrutiny, for sure, Shreyas Iyer, but he's dressed for the job. Smartest man out there with his wide brim hat.
Gautam Gambhir, one of the greats with the bat in hand, coaches India. He was a phenomenal player in his day. Won the 2011 World Cup. I think he made 97 in that final. He's one of only 4 men to ever score 5 centuries in consecutive tests. Donald Bradman had the longest run at 6, but then only Mohammad Yusuf, Jacques Collis and Gautam Gambhir have been able to achieve that other than Bradman. That is a wonderful channel to bowl.
A field set for it is a bit of a carrot dangled. 1 slip still in, 3rd out in the boundary, and a packed offside field. So you have to make sure, if you're Ben Callants, that you pick your gap with precision. He looks very nervous, which is understandable. Hasn't played too much, Ben Callants, up until now.
Carrot dangled again. Maybe just looking to seam away slightly.
Well, that was a much better delivery, wasn't it? Angled in, probably slightly wider than you would want. Yeah, just a little bit closer might have troubled Callants. He was able to almost bail on that shot because of the wider line, but good seam position. Have a look there, and it just bounced a little bit tennis ball bouncy because of the height of Rana.
Wide channel again, slightly fuller, takes a thick edge, but there's protection. Harshdeep. It's great to see Harshdeep Rana back, though, given that he was ruled out after that knee injury in the warm-up match against South Africa just before the World Cup. Didn't play in the IPL, but he's come back very impressively. A couple of wickets already today. That's his pitch map.
Well, he's holding back from using that short length delivery. That's his wicket-taking ball by and large, but been nagging away at a good length. I think he'd probably want to be a bit tighter to the stumps, a little bit tighter line, but understandable after a long period out of international cricket.
Oh, big swing and a miss. Well, this is a brilliant over. He might have started with a wide, but still in total only 3 runs off this over for Ireland so far with 1 ball to come. Shreyas Iyer hasn't been put under quite the pressure that Ireland would have hoped to put on the new T20 international captain.
Well, he won't want to see this back. Lorcan Tucker, not too sure his eyes were on the ball there. No foot movement. And it's just about missed the corner of the off stump there. So needs to refocus. Always adds a level of pressure when you add the captaincy, and especially the full-time captaincy.
Oh, that one again. Just moving slightly away, straightening off the wicket. And the end of 6, the end of the power play. Ireland 36 for 3.
एक ग्रैंड म्यूजिकल नाइट होगी। इस दौर में विलेंस को तालियां मिलती हैं। बहुत बड़ा क्रिमिनल। और उसी उत्सव को लेकर हमने एक छोटा सा सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम भी आयोजित किया है।
जब मैंने इवेंट करवाने का फैसला कर लिया है,
Team India is ready. Watch the India Tour of England starting on the 1st of July on the TV channels of Sony Sports Network.
Prasidh Krishna makes his way into the attack now, and this is one of those opportunities that you get just once in a lifetime. Coming back after last playing, I think it was November 2023, that T20 International against Australia, when he became the most expensive bowler in the format for India. Glenn Maxwell took a particular liking to him, 0 for 68, hasn't played since, and has his chance now to make an impact against the side who he made his T20 international debut against a few years ago.
Had the pleasure of chatting to Prasidh before today's play, and I've never seen someone so happy to be in this kind of weather. Balmy, he said. Beautiful conditions to bowl in. He said he's just going to enjoy the day, enjoy these conditions, because he's been playing in the IPL more recently and it's piping hot for that, he said.
I think most impressively in recent times was his 5 for 23 against Afghanistan in Chennai just 6 days ago. Wasn't initially in the squad, with Mohammad Siraj's workload being managed. He was subsequently withdrawn, and Prasidh Krishna into the squad. He has his opportunity to carry on from the white ball success he had in that third one-day international against Afghanistan. Not a bad place to start.
Well, there's that angle in again, and this surface giving assistance when you angle the ball in if it grips ever so slightly with the seam. Right now, Ban Khalid's struggling to find a way here. Ireland in general struggling to find a way. That front foot going absolutely nowhere.
Shorter, top edge. There's a man trying to run around, but hasn't got enough. It's going to go all the way. And a very welcome boundary for Ireland. 6 runs. Big top edge. Some pace on it from Prasidh Krishna, who just dropped it a little shorter in at Khalid's.
Very good to the leg side. That's where his strength lies, Ben Khalets. And the length encouraged him to take the field on. I'm sure he would have had his heart in his mouth for a while. Does it have the pace on it? Just about had the distance.
That's a great at the top of his mark really quickly. Scrambled through for a single. Khalets runnable late. Lorcan Tucker happy to be off the mark, given that he was dismissed for ducks in both his innings against India the last time they met in 2023. For somebody who's got a very good strike rate in T20 international cricket, at one stage over 150, now at about 125, he'll be looking to score a little more quickly now.
Well, Ireland actually had a pretty good start, didn't they? A couple of overs went for 10 as Ireland looked to make use of the new ball. Tim Tector, well, that's the shot of the day for me so far. Picked that one off a length, and then Ross Adair, usually he's happy to take the ball on. Looked to go square for one that was probably too full. And Harry Tector chased a little bit of a wide one, probably not quite the right shot. And then Tim Tector. Well, Ireland gifting some catches to India.
Beautiful shot, glorious shot, straight down the ground, all the way. And that is the best possible way to bring up the Ireland 50. Ben Khalets. Splendid.
Well, sometimes when your feet aren't moving, the best thing to do is get them dancing. Ben Khalets dancing down the pitch. A good sight to see if you're an Irish fan. Gets the feet moving, gives himself room, and lets the bat do the rest.
Well, it's a fledgling career in T20 internationals, but he's now hit more sixes than fours in the format. Nearly hit by the ball there, angled in towards his thigh.
इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं? ओह, सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़ बड़ी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर। सूर्यवंशी नाम याद रखना। 1 जुलाई से देखिए इंग्लैंड की धुलाई सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर।
आप लोग मुझे लड़की बनाने का सोच रहे हो?
आप ये रोल कर सकते हैं।
बागेश्वर जी दूसरी लड़की के साथ नारियल पानी पी रहे हैं। I love you बोल रही है।
I love you too.
सोमवार से शनिवार रात 8:30 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
Shivam Dube into the attack now from the city end. Turns 33 today. And he might just have a birthday present. Getting under it. That's a glorious catch, a wonderful catch. Prasidh Krishna with a rough wicket. Over his shoulder, he was taking those in practice. Ireland 51 for 4 as Khalets goes.
Tucked up for room, loves room outside off stump, Ben Khalets. And just not enough room to get the bat through in time. Watch that very well, Prasidh Krishna. Ben Khalets goes for 15, Ireland 51 for 4.
आप लोग मुझे लड़की बनाने का सोच रहे हो?
आप ये रोल कर सकते हैं।
बागेश्वर जी दूसरी लड़की के साथ नारियल पानी पी रहे हैं। I love you बोल रही है।
I love you too.
सोमवार से शनिवार रात 8:30 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
तेरे को शर्म आती थी ना गले में बैठने में?
दानी को एंजाइटी अटैक हुआ है। You all need family therapy.
मैं ना भुंड लैलनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर? वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का।
4 wickets down, 51 on the board. On his 33rd birthday, Ben Khalid's maybe just helping provide that birthday present for Dubey. So too Prasidh Krishna with that wonderful catch over the shoulder.
Well, it couldn't have been scripted better, could it, on your birthday? First ball up. And I think that the line was perfect, along with the length against this particular batter, Ben Khalid. That's where he struggles. Always, if the ball's if you make him turn around, he wants to go leg side. So that's something he needs to work out. There is a time and a place for that shot, and it wasn't then.
Worked away. Gareth Delaney has his first run. Just takes the single as he works it square. Shivam Dube has got a solid record across T20 internationals. He's bowling a 3 for 4. That was against UAE in the Asia Cup last year.
And Lorcan Tucker not looking his fluent self at all. 5 from 11. Obviously, Ireland with wickets tumbling around him, you don't want him to go as well. But in T20 cricket, there's only so long you can be working the ball around. I wonder what the chat was between Lorcan Tucker, the new captain, and Gareth Delaney. Into the 8th over and just above 50 Ireland, in a bit of trouble here.
That's better from Lorcan Tucker. That's a lot more like Lorcan Tucker. This one to the boundary for the Ireland captain.
He's at his best when he's being innovative. Lorcan Tucker moves leg side and did well to get the ball so far in front of square, because he didn't hit that cleanly. He kind of came off the top half of the bat. But bottom wrist comes through. Great balance and not worried about getting caught in the deep, because he focused on the placement rather than the power.
Take the single and retain the strike. 8 overs gone. Ireland 57 for 4.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबां केसरी।
तेरे को शर्म आती थी ना गले में बैठने में?
दानी को एंजाइटी अटैक हुआ है। You all need family therapy.
मैं ना भुंड लेनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर? वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का।
तेरा बाप आया। तेरे पापों का हिसाब है।
Men in Blue was it slightly expensive in his first? Upish, and just a half chance there for the fielder at cover. Ishan Kishan will mop up. First sightings for Prasidh Krishna. And this was the first over. How he was stonked for a 6 by Khalid. Not that, but take a look at this one. Stepped out, gave himself a little bit of room and went over long off, and then as he was trying to attack more and more, fell on his own sword. Prasidh with the catch. Ah, that's a beauty. Prasidh Krishna there taking the attack to Lorcan Tucker. It's a packed house here at Belfast. A capacity of 4,500. When you compare it to Indian stadiums, obviously, that's just one little stand. Quick single taken. Yeah, if you take a look at the wickets, trying to attack there as Sanjay Manjrekar joins me. What a wonderful start by the Indian bowlers.
See, the intent is right because most T20 batting teams want to make the most in the first 6 overs, exploit the obvious advantage of just 2 fielders outside the circle. But somewhere, the quality of bowling just got the better of the Irish batters. And I thought after 3 overs, they could have maybe just toned down a little bit, respecting this Indian bowling attack.
Flat batted it for a boundary. That's a shot and a half. That showcases timing by Delaney.
They've got no intention of doing that. I think they'll just go one way and see how it goes. But 4 wickets in the first, 9 overs is a lot that might just hamper the eventual score. But I guess it's a team decision that this is T20 cricket. We've got 10 wickets in hand, just 20 overs. Pretty good batting pace. The sun is out. Just try and get maximum every ball. And that seems to be the general idea. And they want to stick with it, no matter what the outcome.
Oh, how does he do that? That's not the first time he's beaten the bat like that. And what's fascinating to see, Sanjay, is that it's something that you mentioned during the show as well, that the Indian fast bowlers would enjoy bowling here. You're not seeing variations, you're only seeing seam-up deliveries.
And I think Arshdeep has been the smartest. He was the first one to spot movement in the air. That's a good delivery. But that's Prasidh Krishna is more a hit-the-deck kind of bowler. In fact, his T20 success in the Indian Premier League has been about discovering this new length, which is short of length, rather than keeping the ball up.
He's tried to take on the field once more. Arshdeep there at long on. 65 for 4 after 9.
इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं? ओह, सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़ बड़ी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर। सूर्यवंशी नाम याद रखना। फर्स्ट जुलाई से देखिए इंग्लैंड की धुलाई सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर। इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं? ओह, सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़ बड़ी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर। सूर्यवंशी नाम याद रखना। फर्स्ट जुलाई से देखिए इंग्लैंड की धुलाई सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर।
He's been slightly expensive as Prasidh Krishna and the only bowler so far to haven't tasted success. Starts off with the wide, does Shivam Dube.
The moment the impact sub is out of the way, you see the value of Shivam Dube, the cricketer. And that's what India gets from Shivam Dube. So he's one of those guys that they'll always pen down in the playing 11. He'll come and get those cameos, the tough innings down at number 6, just 8-10 balls and make an impression. His bowling invariably has added a lot to India's success. If you remember crucial games in the T20 World Cup, the last one that India played against Pakistan as well, he's done that with the ball, and today as well started off getting a wicket. Indian seamers, despite the swinging conditions, just went with their own strength rather than, what the conditions were offering. Okay, time to pack up.
Yeah, well, the birthday boy, of course, has taken 1 wicket, but has the chance to take yet another. 1 chance. He got on his first delivery itself, dismissed Ben Callets. What a catch that was by Prasidh Krishna.
Tough ones, those that go right up in swirling conditions. This is an open ground. This is Ireland, north of England. So it's never still, although the humidity today is a bit high by Irish standards. This is the value it brings. He's just got this very simple approach to bowling. Just actually, interestingly, the way he's developed in the last 3-4 years. He came in as a guy who could only hammer the spinners for his franchise, came down, and the spinners were in operation slowly. Grew to becoming a really good player against all kinds of bowling. Even the short ball was used against him as a weakness, but he mastered that too. And his bowling has always stood by him. That's something that has remained the same right through.
Just stayed a bit low that time. But what's fascinating is we don't see him doing this in the IPL as much. We've seen Gautam Gambhir deploy him, and he'll probably be deployed in England as well. But during the domestic tournaments, he doesn't get that chance. So perhaps, should he get more?
Because of the impact sub, because the captain is always thinking, should I play a bowl, a pure seamer that's available because of the impact sub, or bowl Shivam Dube? And considering the extreme batting conditions that we have in our domestic leagues, the captains will always go for a pure bowling option rather than Shivam Dube. But sometimes it could be tried. Yeah, today the pitch is just takes your mind back to Australian conditions in the 80s and 90s when they had this kind of bounce in the pitch. It's a lovely cricket ground as is the country.
It would be so much fun to play cricket in such a surreal setting, isn't it? Back in the day, Sanjay, I'm sure you had such experiences. Nowadays, it's those big packed stadiums with the wind swirling around because there's no way through. But this is just picturesque.
Yeah, we've had 2 tournaments in a row that we've covered. The last one in Sri Lanka, where we had nice open grounds, Dambulla. And today as well in this tournament.
Can't get on top of the bounce there. 68 for 4 after 10.
दुर्योधन के दिए विष के कारण भीम पहुंचा रहस्यमय लोक में।
शाबाश भांजे, अब भीम को मृत्यु मिलेगी और तुम्हें सिंहासन। इस नागलोक से आज तक कोई जीवित नहीं लौटा।
कह दो पूरे नागलोक से पांडु पुत्र भीम आया है।
नए लोक की नई चुनौतियों से कैसे उभरेगा भीम? हस्तिनापुर के वीर, सोमवार से शनिवार रात 9 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
Series leveled at 1-all.
New Zealand win by 253.
Watch the series decide.
Right after this Island series, take a small little ship and cross the channel to go into England as the Indian team. 5 T20Is and 3 ODIs live and exclusive on the Sony Sports Network TV channels. Sony Sports 10.1, Sony Sports 10.3 for Hindi, Sony Sports 10.4 for Tamil, Telugu and Kannada. You can see the Tower Bridge at the back. Picturesque London. As Akshar Patel comes into the attack, Shreyas Iyer has decided it's time for a little bit of spin.
It's actually very interesting when you look at this Irish team and the batting lineup. You've just got one left-hander in the top 6. So I was surprised that Washington Sundar got a game today because he's an off-spinner. Unless they back him so much as a batter that they don't care about how much he bowls in this game. But one of the ways to get in an off-spinner is to look at the opposition and how many left-handers they have. If they have more than 3, then you get an off-spinner in. But today it's been, I think, Washi, the batting all-rounder in the side more than the off-spin bowling.
And the way Shreyas Iyer so far has used his bowlers, he's already given his strike bowlers Harshit and Arshdeep 3 overs each, so there's only one left towards the death. Akshar being the only spin option he's deployed so far. Do you just see these 5 or perhaps Washi getting an over or 2? Batting wise though, of course, he has...
Yeah, when you have 2 right-handers, Atish.
What a shot that is! Got to the pitch of the ball and sent it out of the ground.
What do you call a clean hit? Got to the pitch of the ball, and sometimes when you just step out with the intent of hitting the ball and it comes in the right slot, this is the magic that happens. Just the connection is too sweet. The bowler knows at the moment that he hears the contact, he doesn't need to look back. You can see there is stepped out, had to make no adjustments. Sometimes the bowler reacts, bowls it a little shorter. The batter then has to stay committed to the shot, and it's not often as sweetly timed. This was like perfection. This is a seasoned bowler, Akshar Patel. He's seen it all. Got this amazing ability to bounce back. And he'll have a fair bit of bowling to do. Despite the ground being open, you've lost a ball.
Maybe it went into the Belfast River.
Somebody stolen a souvenir, and they found it.
If I was in the stands, I would definitely do that. Take it back home.
Absolutely. theft is not as bad as people think. Theft for the right reasons.
Absolutely. Just like white lies.
Yeah, it was a quicker delivery as well, not meant to turn. There again, another slightly slow delivery. It's just coming in with the angle. It's the reason why India haven't really gone spin heavy. They had Bishnoi as an option. They've backed the seamers. Dubey has been called into bowl early, so they want to give a lot of seam to Ireland. The pitch is the reason for that. Shreyas has looked good as captain. I loved how he put pressure on the new batsman. Khalit's left-hander when he came into bat. Harshit Rana had just got a wicket. He had a couple of slips for him. I think his captaincy is not going to be an issue at all. It's something that I think he's very confident about. Has a natural gift for tactics and field placement, bowling changes.
Went up again, but I don't think it's got the right amount of connect as last time around. Oh, not the right kind of connect with the hands by Abhishek Sharma as well. Communication breakdown between the two perhaps. End of the over, 78 for 4.
इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं?
ओह, सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़
बड़ी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर। नाम याद रखना। 1 जुलाई से देखिए इंग्लैंड की धुलाई सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर। इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं?
ओह, सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़
बड़ी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर। नाम याद रखना। 1 जुलाई से देखिए इंग्लैंड की धुलाई सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर।
Just wonder that drop catch is very unlikely for somebody like Abhishek to drop a catch. I mean, Shivam Dubey made a good effort, got there, hard hands, dropped the catch. But this time I just wonder whether the other fielder was pretty close to him, whether that had something to do with him eventually dropping that catch.
Prasidh coming in for his third. Almost gave interest to Ishan Kishan. Abhishek Sharma there. Regulation catch. Yeah, this perhaps you were highlighting, Sanjay, Arshdeep being there.
Two Punjab boys very close to each other. Didn't seem that obvious as to that could be the reason for the last minute hesitation, I guess, in letting that ball come to his hands nicely. I think on both occasions, slight anxiety at the time of catching with Dubey and this time with Abhishek. What a great delivery now. This is something, the sight for the sore eyes. Bowlers are dominating the batters even in this format.
Would you enjoy batting on a surface like this? Let's flip it around.
I wouldn't mind. Just that, when you had a pitch like this as a batter, you felt that most batters might find this tough. So this is a game where you've got everything to gain, not much to lose. Yeah, but it's not a seaming pitch. It's just got nice pace and bounce. The Irish batters have struggled. Good call by Iyer to win the toss and bowl first, because now he can understand the conditions better.
Goes for the scoop. Intelligently so. Tucker now seems to be getting a little bit of form.
Finally, they had to go to this one. They tried to hit the bowler straight down the pitch, tried a little more orthodoxy, but now this is the go-to shot for the modern batter. The struggle for runs, connection. Eyes on the ball and maybe off the glove, close to the bat handle.
He's tried this before and missed. Just that excess bounce once more. For someone from the Mumbai School of Cricket, this has just got Kanga League written all over it.
Where the ball actually used to stop a lot. I mean, it was like batting on wet sponge. That was Kanga League for you. Just wonder whether they are natural pullers of the ball or it's something they're doing today. Now this is Delany drop on 8. Abhishek Sharma, Akshar Patel would have visualized the wicket in his bowling figures. Wasn't to be.
Tried to mix it up there, did Prasidh Krishna. And now he's also down to his third over. So Shreyas Iyer is clearly trying to get aggressive, getting rid of all the batters. That seems to be his thought process, because you aren't left with very many overs for the three streamlined seamers.
Yeah, all he has to think of, and very few captains won't keep, 2 overs of seam bowling for the death. Maybe, you know, if they're adventurous, don't rely too much on seam, they won't be keen to keep 3. So 2 are the overs that he plans. 86 for 4.
इस वीकेंड होगा एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका। इंडियन आइडल में होगा किशोर कुमार के संगीत का जश्न। और इंडियाज़ बेस्ट डांसर में सजेगी उर्मिला के साथ डांस और अदाओं की एक शाम।
कोल्हापुर के लवंग की मिर्ची है।
इस वीकेंड देखिए एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन और सोनी लिव पर।
Team India is ready. Watch the India Tour of England starting on the 1st of July on the TV channels of Sony Sports Network.
35 of 29, you got 2 set batters and Akshar to bowl his second. It's up in the air, good effort. Very good effort, but not good enough to catch it. In fact, to stop the boundary either.
A bit of a wry smile, wasn't it? Because that's 2 chances now have gone a begging. I think you're being a little bit kind, Washington Sundar. It was a sharp chance to his right, but didn't get the hands away from his body early enough. Insult to injury is that both times they've dropped it, there's been runs on offer.
Another good shot, targeting the straighter boundary, the shorter boundary. That is really smart cricket.
It's really difficult to field down here. It's so short, straight. But the other thing to take into consideration when there are short, straight boundaries is the corners are often really deep and it's very hard to pick your angles. So it should be easy to hit 2s in there.
Was it off the pad? And nick something. That's what Akshar needs to do. Just get his length back a little, not be too full. Just talking about the straight boundaries, and this is more of a square ground, not really an oval. So they got these really long pockets, deep extra cover, deep mid-wicket. You can pick a couple of runs there.
We've seen Ireland women play here quite a lot, and actually those pockets are really important to know about as the home team. Very useful for them to know about.
That's the pocket we're talking about. Extra cover. And it's hit well enough to find another boundary. Second of the over.
Great placement. Extra cover quite square there. I reckon you probably want to be straighter if you're Shreyas Iyer, because you need to cut off that angle exactly there, because the square boundaries are by far the longest. So try and get the batters to hit those square boundaries if you possibly can.
That's a lovely hit. That is a glorious hit. 100 comes up, and this is a big over. Ireland on the move. 102 for 4 after 13.
तेरे को शर्म आती थी ना गले में बैठने में।
दानी को एंजाइटी अटैक हुआ है। You all need family therapy.
मैं ना भूंड लेनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर? वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का। इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं?
ओह, सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़ पानी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर।
सूर्यवंशी नाम याद रखना।
1 जुलाई से देखिए इंग्लैंड की धुलाई सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर।
They've lost 4 wickets.
I think the pressure that India puts on any team is that they can score such big scores themselves. Maybe you start thinking you need 190, 200, and you think that at the beginning of the innings. And when you think that, sometimes you can go too hard too early. And that's probably what's happened here. Drop catches have, maybe they're a little bit cold. I don't know, the Indian fielders. It's not cold here by our standards, but a lot colder than it would be in India. And I think the footwork just hasn't been there. You don't want to be on the move if you can avoid it. Obviously for this one, I think that just the hands, because you're so close, you're not expecting it to come to you if you're Washington Sundar there. But definitely something they won't be pleased with.
Well, I know the fielding coach won't be. T. Dilip, because this is generally a really good fielding side. Just covering the Afghanistan series, and they fielded beautifully. They took almost everything. I think right through the series, they just dropped one catch. So this is a bit of an anomaly.
It shows the value of going somewhere different. This is the first time India's played in Stormont in T20 internationals, and you know, you can be told all you want, all the dimensions, all the stats, but there's nothing like being out there on the ground.
Now going back to Ireland and the game plan, the first few overs, you think they tried a little too hard in the first few overs?
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, I think India comes to town, you think you need a really big score, but you can't do it in the first over. So it's trying to go, okay, we need to end up here. There are lots of different ways to get there. And I think in the T20 game in general, especially in Ireland and England, you can afford to go along the ground at the start. You do not have to go aerial straight away. Outfield's just so quick. Yes, you score a 6 if you can, but there's still room for beautiful shots along the ground.
I'll find the gap. That's hit very nicely.
Tell you what, great fielding over there. Was that Aidan Seaver? One of the umpires. He's the 4th today. One bounce straight into the bread basket. Well, just got a little bit deep, and it's too short at that pace. Stood nice and still. Well, didn't go quite all the way, but have a look at this for technique. That's how it's done. Probably protecting himself more than anything.
Yeah, it's important against Shivam Dube as well. Just going back to the game plan, because you look at the bowling side and you say, you know what, this pitch has carry and pace, so let's see through, not see through, but be a little more circumspect against, let's say, Arshdeep and Harshit Prasid. But then, when the 4th bowler comes in, nothing in it for the spinners so far in the surface, and Shivam Dube. So I guess this is important, these overs of Shivam Dube, where you really want to capitalize on. And they've done all right so far. In fact, Shivam's done really well. He's only given 16 so far.
Well, comes back for the second, and that's going to be a 12th T20 international half-century for Lorcan Tucker. And every single time he's captain Ireland, he's got to 50. Well batted, a new Ireland captain, 111 for Ireland.
तेरे को शर्म आती थी ना गले में बैठने में।
दानी को एंजाइटी अटैक हुआ है। You all need family therapy.
मैं ना भूंड लेनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर? वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का।
तेरा बाप आया। तेरे पापों का
Men in Blue जुलाई का शुभारंभ करेंगे आयरलैंड से। देखिए आयरलैंड वर्सेस इंडिया 26 से 28 जून। वॉच ओनली ऑन सोनी लिव एंड सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क।
Yeah, his 3rd game as a skipper and 3 half centuries for him. And also the situation of the game when he walked out to bat, 51 for 4. Rather, when he came out was 30 for 3. Fielder in the deep. We'll cut it off. We'll keep it down to 2. It's good running. You see that sense of urgency, how these two are running as well.
A great awareness, because there was a dive, a kind of a slide in the deep. And when you've managed to keep the fielder on those square boundaries out near the Toblerones, you know that you can probably take a run on the throw. That's the knowledge of these two players, having played plenty of cricket here before, coming to the fore. So it's not just 4s and 6s that you want. When you don't get a 4 and a 6, can you possibly turn it into a 2? And you can see that flick is switched for these two Ireland batters as they build this partnership, and a really important one for Ireland, and one that India is looking to break.
Pace off. Only a single this time. Harshit bowling his last over. He's been magnificent.
Well, talking about Lorcan Tucker and the captaincy and scoring 50s, it's always the question when you get a new captain. How's the captaincy going to weigh on them as a player? Are you able to separate your performance from your duties as captain? And that's why we so often see captains that they're batters, because you don't want to be a bowling captain and have it weigh on your mind.
Let me just add one more thing. Generally, wicket keepers are good captains. Because as a keeper, even if you're not the official captain, but you still do tend to lead the side while you're fielding. I think it just comes naturally to most of the keepers.
Justice for wicket keepers. I'll give it to you. I think it's a little bit of a waste, actually, having a keeper as a captain, because they are a leader so much anyways, and they're so chatty. You can generally rely on them for that. So have the captain maybe away from the keeping side so that you have a number of leaders within your group, not just the one person. It's a lot on one person, though. Keeping, captaining, probably opening the batting. A lot of responsibility.
Yeah, keepers are all right. They love responsibility. They handle it well. Straight down the throat. I would be quite disappointed with that shot, Tucker. He picked up the pace off, hit it all right, but found the fielder. It's a big wicket. Partnership broken.
Well, brought back into the attack to do just this is Rana. Took the pace off, and the fielder placed perfectly as well. Lorcan Tucker, well, he rebuilt things beautifully for Ireland, but he's got to go for 50. Ireland 115 for 5.
तेरे को शर्म आती थी ना गले में बैठने में।
दानी को एंजाइटी अटैक हुआ है। You all need family therapy.
मैं ना भुंड लैलनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर? वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का।
इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं? ओह, सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़ बड़ी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर। सूर्यवंशी नाम याद रखना। 1 जुलाई से देखिए इंग्लैंड की धुलाई सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर।
Intent very first delivery.
Well, that's his job, and good to see that it's taken until now for him to be out there. This was the delivery. You can see he caught it on the toe. He might have picked up that it was a slower ball, but threw the shot too early. Didn't find the meat of the bat, found the fielder instead. And catching woes or not, you're not going to drop that one too often. But I was just thinking of George Dockrell, actually. He would have been padded up since the 8th over. He'll be delighted it took until the 15th for him to be out in the middle.
Yeah, on the back of a really good partnership, which is broken earlier this over. Yeah, again, Tucker found the deepest, or rather the longest part of the ground as well, deep mid-wicket. We're just talking about the dimensions here. Taking a little bit of time. Harshit Rana. Would be a single. Was probably off the pads. But then this has been a good outing for Harshit Rana, coming off from that injury. He's been out for good 4 months.
Just what you want, actually. 3 for 23, 1 ball left in his spell. And not just him, but for the selectors to bring him back in and get him straight into this team. It's It shows that they know what they're doing, which I'm sure there were no doubts, but always good to have your opinions proven right. At this stage, it's important to keep an eye on the field as well. All the fielders on the leg side out, cover as well. So mid-off is the gap that no doubt Dockrell will be looking to hit over.
His best spell in T20I cricket, that is Harshit Rana, 3 for 23 in his 4. In fact, 3 for 24 in his 4. Ireland 118 for 5.
दुर्योधन के दिए विष के कारण भीम पहुंचा रहस्यमय लोक में।
शाबाश भांजे, अब भीम को मृत्यु मिलेगी और तुम्हें सिंहासन। इस नागलोक से आज तक कोई जीवित नहीं लौटा।
कह दो पूरे नागलोक से पांडु पुत्र भीम आया है।
नए लोक की नई चुनौतियों से कैसे उभरेगा भीम? हस्तिनापुर के वीर, सोमवार से शनिवार रात 9 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
Yeah, Washington Sundar into the attack to bowl his first. Now, this is interesting. Always wanted to figure out how Shreyas Iyer is going to use Washington Sundar. When he came into the Indian side, the white ball cricket used him as a new ball bowler. He would bowl in the power play. Oh, that's an absolute gift. A high full toss, and accepts it gladly, Dockrell, for a maximum. It's a no ball. That's a very high full toss. It's a free hit for Dockrell too.
Well caught up with. You're not expecting this. And look at the front elbow. He had absolutely no room to extend. So that's all bottom hand power. And the back hip coming through as well. It's definitely a no ball. And this was the previous wicket. The captain of Ireland going out.
Free hit. And nicely bowled wide. A full, oh no, given wide. Need to reload. The free hit stays.
Good plan. It was a really good idea. The only problem was it crept outside that wide line with that arm ball.
That's very smartly played. Good use of the bottom hand. Almost scooped it over square leg and fine enough. An expensive start to the over for Washington.
You can't underestimate the pressure when a new captain comes in. Even though you've got the same coach, new captain comes in, how's he going to use you? You have to perform. That's what will be in the minds of all these Indian players. And Washington Sundar has been left quite late to come into the bowling attack. And just looks like he's gripping the ball ever so slightly too much. New batter George Dockrell's come in and he's found things pretty simple, really.
Very impressive, that last shot. Because the fine legs inside, there's a deep square leg who's become a little finer now. Oh, wonderful to see this. Rajasthan, it is an incredible state of India. The western part of the country, land of the royals. So many palaces there. Quite regal. And the treatment that you get is quite regal as well when you go that part of the country. A little unlucky, Washington Sundar. The outside edge will find another boundary.
Well, don't worry about it saying Dockrell 7 because he's on more than that, but that's Gareth Delaney who's got a thick edge. Gave himself room, and I think actually Washington Sundar's read it brilliantly. What he didn't read was the thick edge.
That was an important boundary. He's been stuck a little, Delaney, with that boundary. He's now run a ball and the single is 21 of 21.
He's a boundary hitter, Gareth Delaney. I think what was good to see the previous over was he was willing to hit the pockets and run twos. It's kind of the next part of his game that needs to improve, not just boundary hitting.
I need to rush. Makes it comfortably in the end. 137 for 5.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
एक ग्रैंड म्यूजिकल नाइट होगी। इस दौर में विलेंस को ही तालियां मिलती हैं। बहुत बड़ा क्रिमिनल। और उसी उत्सव को लेकर हमने एक छोटा सा सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम भी आयोजित किया है।
जब मैंने इवेंट करवाने का फैसला कर लिया है,
Team India is ready. Watch the India Tour of England starting on the 1st of July on the TV channels of Sony Sports Network.
Ball a long way. Gareth Delaney and George Dockrell both very proficient with bat in hand. Prasid Krishna, though, makes his way back into the attack as I'm joined by Kevin O'Brien, the legendary and iconic batting all-rounder who was a mainstay of Ireland cricket for so long. Clubbed straight. It'll read 4 for George Dockrell. Hit powerfully and with precision.
George Dockrell into his strider and quickly here, 18 off 8. Krishna just over pitching, looking for a boundary, feeding into George Dockrell's arc and half hit it really. It kind of skewed off the outside half of the bat and still had enough power to go for 4. So Dockrell and Gareth Delaney, two very, very explosive batters at the crease.
This one tucked into his pads, gives himself a little bit of room, works it away. They'll only get one though. This time good work from Tilak Varma, the new vice captain.
Yeah, there's certainly a momentum shift here since Lorcan Tucker got out. George Dockrell's come in and previous over going for 19, 5 off the first 2 here. So India under a little bit of pressure at the moment. The Ireland batters will be hoping to continue this momentum for the next few overs and get into a good position.
Straight again, glorious power. It bisects the fielders directly behind the bowler. And approaching the 150 now, Ireland.
Yeah, once again, full from Krishna. Not a Yorker, not into the wicket. Just into the slot, and Gareth Delaney playing off the back foot with a lovely vertical blade straight over the top of the bowler and powered away to the boundary for 4. Two very dangerous batters at the crease. Real momentum shift has happened in the last 8 or 9 balls.
We spoke at the top of the innings about the scrutiny that Ind Vs Ire will be under in his captaincy role now, and this is where it'll come to the fore. Tucked him up, but he's worked it away beautifully, and it'll go all the way. Whipped off his thigh pad. Gareth Delaney, who I remind you was dropped on 8.
Yeah, great batting from Gareth Delaney. Previous ball pitched up. He hammers over the top. This ball back of a length at the body, and something the Irish top order didn't do. They didn't use the pace of the Indian bowlers enough. They tried to hit a lot in front of square in the power play. Delaney's just getting inside that, riding the bounce and lifting it over short fine leg for 6.
That brings up the Ireland 150. In this match, they've gone to 50, 100 and 150 with 6s.
It's the way they want to play. Want to take the attack to the opposition bowlers.
Lovely slow ball. It's lifted high, but it's going to go all the way. It's the very top of the sight screen. Back over Prasid Krishna. 1 ball to come in the over, and he's already conceded 21.
Yeah, 40 runs coming off the last 11 balls. Off cutter. Delaney spotted early. Again, playing that shot off the back foot, opening the left hip and getting enough on it, hitting into the side screens.
This is where Ind Vs Ire's captaincy will come to the fore, or it needs to. Prasid Krishna has one of the worst economy rates in ODIs, for example, but he's got one of the best strike rates. And in white ball cricket, he traditionally takes a bit of tap, but he often takes wickets with a good frequency. Slower ball, same result. 6-6-6 to finish. Prasid Krishna finishes his spell 0 for 57 from 4. Ireland 164 for 5 with 3 overs to go.
दुर्योधन के दिए विष के कारण भीम पहुंचा रहस्यमय लोक में।
शाबाश भांजे, अब भीम को मृत्यु मिलेगी और तुम्हें सिंहासन। इस नागलोक से आज तक कोई जीवित नहीं लौटा।
कह दो पूरे नागलोक से पांडु पुत्र भीम आया है।
नए लोक की नई चुनौतियों से कैसे उभरेगा भीम? हस्तिनापुर के वीर, सोमवार से शनिवार रात 9 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
Going for big runs. These two have been at the crease together for 16 balls, and they're one away from a 50 partnership.
A great momentum shift from George Dockrell and Gareth Delaney. Last ball again. Krishna slower ball right into the slot. Towered away for 6.
This one takes an edge, and it's going to be out. Arshdeep Singh manages to cling on. And Dockrell will go. Aksar Patel with the breakthrough. And Ireland 164 now as they lose their 6th wicket.
Yeah, big wicket for India. Dockrell goes for 19 off 10. Ireland 164 for 6.
दुर्योधन के दिए विष के कारण भीम पहुंचा रहस्यमय लोक में।
शाबाश भांजे, अब भीम को मृत्यु मिलेगी और तुम्हें सिंहासन। इस नागलोक से आज तक कोई जीवित नहीं लौटा।
कह दो पूरे नागलोक से पांडु पुत्र भीम आया है।
नए लोक की नई चुनौतियों से कैसे उभरेगा भीम? हस्तिनापुर के वीर, सोमवार से शनिवार रात 9 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
न्यू ईरा, न्यू हीरोज और कमांड संभालेंगे सरपंच साहब अपनी नई टीम इंडिया के साथ। आयरलैंड वर्सेस इंडिया, सेकंड T20I 20।
And he's got a job to do. He's looking from first ball. Takes a thickish inside edge. It'll yield 2 to the Ireland score.
Here's the wicket. George Dockrell just slicing it away, and comfortable catch. Arshdeep at backward point. A big wicket for India. Dockrell was firing. 19 off 10 and really added a lot of impetus to the Irish innings.
Looking for the reverse outside, I think.
Yeah, pitch that side leg there from left arm around. Liam McCarthy's favourite shot. The reverse sweep.
Shreyas wants to review. So, unsuccessful review. It's a leg bye. What it does do is it brings Gareth Delaney back on strike. Just a little teaser. Smart bowling. Just taking a run to conclude the over. It's 18 done. Ireland 168 for 6.
दुर्योधन के दिए विष के कारण भीम पहुंचा रहस्यमय लोक में।
शाबाश भांजे, अब भीम को मृत्यु मिलेगी और तुम्हें सिंहासन। इस नागलोक से आज तक कोई जीवित नहीं लौटा।
कह दो पूरे नागलोक से पांडु पुत्र भीम आया है।
नए लोक की नई चुनौतियों से कैसे उभरेगा भीम? हस्तिनापुर के वीर सोमवार से शनिवार रात 9 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
Innings, Gareth Delaney is 6 away from a half century. Arshdeep Singh back into the attack. A little bit full from one of the premier death bowlers in international cricket, and this is where he really comes into his own as Arshdeep Singh. He's excellent in the death overs.
Yeah, he's got a great Yorker. Usually bowls from over the wicket, left arm over, and usually goes across the right-hander. But obviously knows Gareth Delaney is very strong with a bit of width. He's coming around the wicket and trying to spear those Yorkers in towards leg stump. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket and long on in place with long off and deep extra cover.
Beautifully bowled. That is precisely the delivery we expected to see. It does not disappoint. Delaney 3 away from a 5th T20 international half century.
Yeah, excellent skills from Arshdeep, one of the premier bowlers at the death in world cricket, from over a wicket and also around the wicket. Getting it right in there on the block hole, and nothing Delaney can do but just tap it on the head for a single. Brings Liam McCarthy on strike, who likes to scoop, likes to get across the stumps and can scoop it over. Fine leg, who's just gone back now on the boundary, but could scoop it past third man.
Cut away, fielders are in. There is some cover, but he's rather square, and that will race away for 4.
Yeah, great batting from Liam McCarthy. Slight slower ball, down to 70.8 mile an hour, but a little bit of width on show. Liam McCarthy watching it right onto the bat. Great close-up there, eyes on the ball and using the pace on show and up over third man for 4.
Getting Tilak Varma to the rope. It was very well played by Liam McCarthy up against a man who's defended very low totals in both the IPL and for India. This one squeezed away. Get Delaney back on strike.
Yes, Yorker again. Arshdeep back around the wicket to Delaney. It's interesting to see when the Indian bowlers have gone pace off on that fuller length. It's gone to journey. Delaney's hit 3 sixes off Prashid Krishna.
Looks to hit it straight, and he's hit it straight to Shreyas Iyer. It calls for 2, and Liam McCarthy's quick across the turf, gets back comfortably. Delaney to 49.
Yeah, great running, great awareness from Liam McCarthy. Situational awareness there to get Gareth Delaney back on strike. Some very good running. Gives Gareth Delaney another ball to face. Great running with Liam McCarthy in. Quick decision and put the afterburners on and got an easy 2 in the end.
Lifted up, and this is likely to be out. Akshar Patel underneath it, makes no mistake. Delaney's gone for 49, and that concludes the 19th. Ireland now 7 down, 178 on the board.
दुर्योधन के दिए विष के कारण भीम पहुंचा रहस्यमय लोक में।
शाबाश भांजे, अब भीम को मृत्यु मिलेगी और तुम्हें सिंहासन। इस नागलोक से आज तक कोई जीवित नहीं लौटा।
कह दो पूरे नागलोक से पांडु पुत्र भीम आया है।
नए लोक की नई चुनौतियों से कैसे उभरेगा भीम? हस्तिनापुर के वीर, सोमवार से शनिवार रात 9 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी सब पर।
Series leveled at 1-all.
New Zealand win by 253.
Watch the series decider test. England versus New Zealand, third test, 25th to 29th June. Watch only on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network.
Free strides to the crease. Well known for his bowling. That is lofted by Liam McCarthy in the final over, but a brilliant running catch from Tilak Varma means Ireland have lost 2 in 2. Arshdeep at the end of the 19th. Akshar to start the 20th.
Yeah, great catch in the deep. Slightly fuller from Akshar Patel in towards leg stump. Didn't give Liam McCarthy the arms to free access at the ball and comfortably taken in the deep. McCarthy goes 7 off 5. Ireland 178 for 8.
First international runs for Jai Mundra. On debut, first ball faced. Well, that's one of those where you're looking around, you have no idea where it's gone, but this 2 wickets ago. This is the final ball of the 19th over. Akshar Patel safely underneath it after Arshdeep Singh had put it in towards Gareth Delaney. Trying to pull that a long way across the line.
Yeah, great last over. Only going for 2 runs in the first 4 balls. Wrestling a little bit of momentum back for the Indian team.
Worked away. Very nicely fielded. It's the final ball of the innings to come. Akshar Patel 2 for 32 currently. And there's Rashid Rana, who did the fielding, is now dropping a long way back. Coming down the wicket, and it's going to drop short to the fielder. They'll come through for 2. The ball coming in towards Samson, and that's going to be gone. Well, we'll have it confirmed by the television match official, but I think Kevin O'Brien, from our viewpoint, that was well short of his crease, shall we say.
Yeah, good fielding in the deep. A strong throw to Sanju Samson. He didn't have much to do. Just took it and whipped the bails off. I think Matthew Humphries is short. Well short. There he is. 2 or 3 feet short of the wicket, of the crease. Ireland finish 182 for 9. At the end of the 20 overs.
Well, for much of the innings, they were looking to score at about 130, 140. suddenly started to shoot up to 160 when Lorcan and Tucker got things going. But when Dockrell came in, 180 was on. And indeed, they finish. That'll be updated to 182 for 9. Having completed 1 run before the wicket was dislodged. Coming back.
Yeah, late resurgence there by the Irish means that there's a fighting total on the board here in Belfast. 182 is what they managed to score for 9. The pick of the bowlers were the fast bowlers, Arshdeep Singh and Harshit Rana, particularly economical at the start. Slightly expensive was Prasidh Krishna in his last over, and Washington Sundar as well, being tonked about a bit. So the target is set. 183 is what India need under Shreyas Iyer's captaincy to start off with a win. So when we come back, the chase will be on.
New era, new heroes, or
Put your hands up.
Before the game, the story was new era, new captain, possible debuts. Halfway through the innings, the Indian bowlers took complete control, but 2 Irish batters, Lorcan Tucker, the captain, and Gareth Delaney, made sure Ireland stayed in the game and stole the show. Joining me for this show is Sanjay Manjrekar. Sanjay, you started off the innings show with saying that the seamers would have a field day, and boy did they.
Yes, they did, because this pitch looked nothing like an Irish pitch that we've been accustomed to seeing in the past. It wasn't sluggish, it wasn't slow. It looked like a proper Australian pitch of the past, where there was pace and bounce, and I thought the Indian seamers got very excited with it. Arshdeep was the pick of the bowlers with the new ball. Harshit Rana got 2 wickets. But in that innings, we had 2 overs that costed India 46 runs. 2 overs. And that has changed the complexion of the game. So you said new era, new beginning. If India chases this target down, it will be a new record on this ground as well.
Absolutely. You talk about that expensive over, but also dropped catches. 3 dropped catches in that innings. Abhishek Sharma dropped Gareth Delaney on 1. These are those visuals. First, this is... we are looking back on the dropped catches. It was Shivam Dube at first, and then it was Abhishek Sharma. Was there a miscommunication?
That costed India dearly. I don't know whether it was Arshdeep coming in his eye line. He's a Punjab boy, so you know whether that distracted a Punjab player. I don't know, but that catch should have been taken. But more than the catches, I mean, if 2 overs cost you 46, and there was a tactical blunder, Shreyas Iyer going to Washi wasn't needed, because Shivam Dube bowled, 3 overs for 18 runs. He could have bowled 1 more.
And Paul, just as Lorcan Tucker came late in the game, so did you. You're here now.
Thanks, Gargi. What a welcome. I just feel the more I saw of that first inning, it's a new innings. So hopefully, which will eventually be a record chase for the Indian team. Hopefully, our batters can shine today.
Absolutely. And a last comment on Arshdeep Singh. Did he impress you tonight?
Yes, he is India's highest wicket.
Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson, the usual opening partnership for Team India. There's a lot to look forward to. How early can they finish this game? There's not a lot of runs on the scoreboard. They've done this before. Can they do it once more?
Put your hands up.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
इस वीकेंड होगा एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका। इंडियन आइडल में होगा किशोर कुमार के संगीत का जश्न का डबल धमाका सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन और सोनी लिव पर।
ये देखो नया नेम प्लेट।
अन्नू के साथ लोन ले रहे हो, तुम कमर कस लो।
अरे के सिक्कों की खनक आ गई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक। Series leveled at 1-all. New Zealand only on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network. तेरा बाप आया। तेरे पापों का हिसाब आया। मेन इन ब्लू धुलाई का शुभारंभ करेंगे आयरलैंड से। देखिए आयरलैंड वर्सेस इंडिया 26 से 28 जून। वॉच ओनली ऑन सोनी लिव एंड सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क।
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
Series leveled at 1-all.
New Zealand win by 253.
Watch the series decider test. England versus New Zealand. Third test. 25th to 29th June. Watch only on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network.
Is weekend hooker into T20 International as India come to Ireland's shores under the tutelage of Shreyas Iyer as the new captain. Match taking place in Belfast. And once the first innings got over, we know now that the target that's been set is 183. It was a fast start for the Indians. You can see the Irish were languishing at 51 for 4, but then Lorcan Tucker, their new captain, scored a half-century, and Delaney with 49. Arshdeep and Harshit Rana gave India the perfect start, but Prasidh Krishna proved a tad bit expensive and wicketless on a seaming wicket. Shivam Dube had some success, so did Akshar Patel. Washington Sundar with that solitary over that went for 19. Let's take a look at the wickets. It started off beautifully as Adair went in the second over, a catch for Sanju Samson. Beating the outside edge was Arshdeep, and then just that extra bounce getting the better of Tim Tector. Shivam Dube with his first delivery of this match, getting the danger man Khalid out, who was looking in great nick. And then after that, Lorcan Tucker holed it out to Tilak Verma. By this time, the Irish batters were coming into their own. A few runs were being hit here and there. Delaney proved to be the danger man. 49 is where he was dispatched. Akshar with the catch. And then Liam McCarthy going for those big shots was dismissed at 7. Tilak Verma with a very good running catch there in the deep. As he stepped out, this was the last delivery of the innings. Went for the second run and Humphreys was dismissed. .182 is what Ireland ended up scoring. They'd be happy with that considering how it was earlier, which is why India need 183 in those 20 overs to hand Shreyas Iyer a winning start under his captaincy. Belfast is ready. We hope you are too. It's a packed house here at the Civil Service Cricket Ground. As the team walks in, the first ball will come very, very soon. Abhishek and Sanju Samson stepping out.
Team India is ready. Watch the India Tour of England starting on the 1st of July on the TV channels of Sony Sports Network.
He's trying to pile on runs at the end, maybe just taking on too many risks. And of course, skillful bowling from India as well.
A decent score there. 182 is what Ireland got batting first. As we see the Indian openers taking the field. Sanju Samson, Abhishek Sharma. Very productive opening pair for India in T20 cricket last year or so. Abhishek Sharma, even though in the World Cup didn't start off very well, but got really important runs at the back end of the tournament. Sanju Samson finishing the World Cup with 3 back-to-back half-centuries. This is the first time India playing a T20 after that World Cup final. So yeah, they kind of reset things now with a new captain to lead the Indian side.
And there's a sight you love to see. A wicketkeeper captain for you, deep. And yeah, where Ireland will be hoping that they're a little bit out of touch. I think it might be a lot to hope for India, but that they start off a little bit slowly, because the experience that's within the squad, the strike rate right across the squad is something to behold. When you're writing down those figures, it's just incredible how this Indian team goes about things. The attacking nature, so entertaining. But there are just so many within the lineup that can take a match away from you. And this opening pair, probably the most feared around international cricket.
Yeah, Matthew Humphreys to start the left arm spin, something that you spoke about earlier as well, is he? You might see the left arm spin, and that's not a bad ploy, to be honest. Especially to Abhishek Sharma. We saw that during the World Cup, a lot of teams did use spin to start against him. Here we go. India need 183 to win. As the power play is the first over, only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle.
Lovely, good start, lad.
Well, off the mark straight away, first delivery itself.
We didn't see a lot of movement, did we, through the air in the first innings, but straight away Matthew Humphries gets the ball to, I don't know if you can call it drift, really. It looked more like swing.
No, Tim, you do it. Thank you. Humps, be clear.
Yeah, talking about Irish bowling, obviously a lot of the seam bowlers are missing, so this isn't, to be fair, as far as fast bowling is concerned, the first choice. But that means opportunity for some youngsters coming through. And as far as strength is concerned, is spin bowling for Ireland with 3 quality spinners. They're very close to the tram line.
Bit of grip, Humps, bit of grip.
This could be exciting. That's the brand of cricket India's been playing for the last few years. Chips it over covers. There's no protection there. First boundary of the Indian innings.
And he gathered himself, didn't he, after that ball wasn't called wide, Sanju Samson. And look at this skill, because this isn't too bad a delivery from Matthew Humphries, but just opens the face. It's right up under his eyes. Have a look at how he just brings the bottom wrist through with the bat face open. Incredible stuff. Field all up on the offside, long off and deep mid-wicket, so there's not much room for error.
It's a fielder in the deep. One bounced him. The good smart bowling.
Well, I think I mentioned it to you in the pre-show as well. You'll see Matthew Humphries change his fields quite a lot, especially in the power play. He's only got 2 fielders allowed outside the ring, so he's always trying to make use of them. For the left-hander, long on, deep mid-wicket. Long on's quite square there as well, so there's a big gap straight.
He's very good down the ground, Abhishek Sharma. So long on, I do understand. I won't be surprised if he's looking to go really straight. But he goes fine, and he goes long over square leg. That's a spinning super 6.
Well, sometimes when you're worried about one strength of a batter, you then play into another. Worried about down the ground, Matthew Humphries on the legs and helps himself to a big 6, the first one of the innings.
A change of angle. He's going over the wicket. Yeah, the field's still the same. It's over covers this time. Not out of the middle, but we'll take it. Good start for India. 16 without loss after the first.
इस वीकेंड होगा एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका। इंडियन आइडल में होगा किशोर कुमार के संगीत का जश्न और इंडियाज़ बेस्ट डांसर में सजेगी उर्मिला के साथ डांस और अदाओं की एक शाम।
कोल्हापुर के लवंगी मिर्ची है।
इस वीकेंड देखिए एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन और सोनी लिव पर।
It's the debutant, Jai Munra. Left arm quick, does get the ball to swing. A wicket! Very first ball.
in T20I for Jai Mundra. What a start to his career. Can't get better than this. Life is so easy. Jai Mundra gets Sanju Samson first ball in his international career.
Welcome to international cricket. What an outcome. A little bit of width, bottom edge onto the stumps. Doesn't matter how it happens, you've got your first wicket. Sanju Samson perishes for 5. India 16 for 1.
जेबों की फितरत होती है कि वो फट जाते हैं और दिलों की किस्मत होती है कि वो टूट जाते हैं। लेकर जिंदगी के सिक्कों की खनक आ गई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक।
Series leveled at 1-all.
New Zealand win by 253.
Watch the series decider test. England versus New Zealand. Third test. 25th to 29th June. Watch only on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network.
He's such a change batter in this comeback. He was dropped from the side and he's come back and he's been very good since. But this is all about Jai Mundra. Wicket of the very first delivery.
Well, a little bit of shape in, just a tiny little bit of a straighten up. 36 men have taken a wicket with their first delivery in T20 international cricket. Another one of those is Matthew Humphreys, who opened the bowling from the other end in 2023 against Bangladesh. Rishabh Hussain was his victim on that occasion.
Oh, almost on the bounce. That too carried.
It's such an interesting story, Jai Mundra, how he's ended up, and sometimes the circuitous routes are the best. Extra lift on that occasion. He's not the tallest bowler, he's a whippy character. Plays for the Leinster Lightning and the Leinster Cricket Club down south.
I think he's from Tonk in Rajasthan. Another cricketer comes straight to my mind from Tonk is Khalil Ahmed, another left-arm seamer, has played for India. That is a fairy tale story on Jai Mundra. Got protection. Gets off the mark. Ishan Kishan with that single.
He came to Ireland in 2021 to study a master's degree in electronics and communications. So we might have him here once his career is finished. He can deal with the electronics or the communications.
Yeah, we can do with some. Yeah, there is a little bit of shape into the right-hander. I saw that wicket delivery. And now to the left-hander. Too straight, too leg side, and gets punished.
Well, it's been both ends of the spectrum in this first over. Absolute joy with a wicket in your first delivery, and then just get it ever so slightly wrong and get the full treatment straight onto leg stump, and too full as well. Uses the pace beautifully.
Quite sharp, that one. Almost 88 miles an hour. 2 overs gone, 24 for 1 India.
तेरे को शर्म आती थी ना गले में बैठने में।
दानी को एंजाइटी अटैक हुआ है। You all need family therapy.
मैं ना भूंड लेनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर? वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का।
तेरा बाप आया। तेरे पापों का पेन एंड ब्लू धुलाई का शुभारंभ करेंगे आयरलैंड से। देखिए आयरलैंड वर्सेस इंडिया 26 से 28 जून। वॉच ओनली ऑन सोनी लिव एंड सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क।
McCarthy into the attack. Again, a little fortuitous there. Abhishek wasn't off the middle. We'll get another boundary here.
Well, he's thrown the full kitchen sink at it, and he's only got about half, and it's still gone for 4. That's the aggression of Abhishek. Not too bad a delivery. Touch on the full side from Liam McCarthy. Just his second T20 international.
It goes over mid-off. It's high. Got the height, but not really the distance. Harry Tector does really well there to keep it to a couple of runs here. It's just the third over. India 30 for 1. It's a quick reminder of the Royal Challenge power play. That's the first 6 overs. That should be another 4. Flatter this time. More bat.
Well, he's back to that length that got punished in the first delivery. It's a good surface. Comes onto the bat nicely. Yeah, just look how high that's bounced. That tells you something about the length that McCarthy's opted to go to. As soon as that was hit, he threw his eyes to the heavens. He knew he'd got it wrong on that occasion.
I think I was a little surprised with the skiddiness. Now that's easy. Wide and shot. Over point.
The freedom with which this opening 3 have played is something to behold. A tiny bit of width. See him up on this occasion. Doesn't get the movement back in. He generally swings it away from the left-hander. No real movement on display, though. And Abhishek, well, he's always looking for the boundary option.
He's got a very unique grip. And growing up, we were told if you want to hit long and big sixes, you got to hold it from right at the top of the grip, right top of the handle. It's called a long handle, and that's kind of a grip that Abhishek's got. Nicely played. This is turning out to be a brilliant over for India and Abhishek Sharma. Now that's another boundary, the 4th of the over.
Has struggled in international T20I cricket. Liam McCarthy, just that one game a year ago against West Indies. Went for over 80 on that occasion. All the Irish bowlers were given the treatment, truth be told, but he was particularly expensive. Needs to find a way to get out of this over.
He's not getting out, at least not with this delivery.
I feel for him there, because it was actually a good plan. Abhishek moving to leg side, and if it had just crept inside the wide line, he would have been getting his cap and walking back to have a think, but just got it slightly wrong. So another change in the field. Cover goes out.
Got a little bit of room outside off stump, hasn't timed it. Top effort. It's been superb effort. Tim Tector, the fielder. Yeah, overdone. 3rd over gone. It's 45 for 1.
इस वीकेंड होगा एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका। इंडियन आइडल में होगा किशोर कुमार के संगीत का जश्न और इंडियाज़ बेस्ट डांसर में सजेगी उर्मिला के साथ डांस और अदाओं की एक शाम।
कोल्हापुरचे लवंगी मिरची
इस वीकेंड देखिए एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन और सोनी लिव पर।
Right, the other debutant for Ireland, Matthew Allen. Can he pick up a wicket in his first one? Not really.
Well, it was a really good effort, wasn't it, from Tim Tector? He had to keep on checking where the boundary rope was, and just another half step, another half an inch to the reach, and gave himself every opportunity to get there.
Maybe second ball for Matthew Hollard. Takes it nicely, the skipper. As a day of the debutants, it was Jai Munda first ball and Matthew Hollard second ball. He picks up an international wicket.
Just tried to go two leg side. And have a look at this celebration. The hope, the absolute hope for Matthew Hollard, and his captain doesn't make a mistake. That's as happy as you can be to take a wicket, I'd say. Second one goes for India. Ishan Kishan goes for one, India 45 for two.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you stimulate this enough, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
Series leveled at 1-all.
New Zealand win by 253.
Watch the series decider test. England versus New Zealand. Third test, 25th to 29th June. Watch only on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network.
Isn't it? We've seen some really good cricket too. Shreyas Iyer, the new batter. That's good keeping.
One thing about you, Deep, is you'll always see the positives. Because it was a poor delivery, but what a take that is from Lorcan Tucker, who's focused on so many different things. And that's the only thing I will say about being a captain when you're a keeper. You have to make sure you're focused when the ball's coming down at you, because this could happen. Slight panic in the face there.
Yeah, the Indian skipper, newly appointed, Shreyas Iyer, gets off the mark. A wonderful IPL. He hasn't been part of the T20I setup for a while, and he comes back in place of Surya Kumar Yadav, and straight away as a captain. He's a very good captain as well. We've seen that in the IPL, leading 3 different franchises to the finals and then winning with Kolkata Knight Riders a couple of years ago. The best part about the Indian batting line, they're exciting. Obviously, they lose a few wickets, but then they keep playing their shots. And Abhishek is no different. Career strike rate of 190. Can imagine. Plays a few shots. And he has this afternoon. Started off with that 6 to Humphreys and a couple of 4s as well. And that bat swing. Very pure. Very nice. The highlights so far for me. Flat bats it over mid-off. And the highlight has been how good he has been with the horizontal bat in this innings.
Well, if you're starting to train your batting, have a look at the wrists of Abhishek. It's such supple wrists, and what that does is it allows you to, when you don't get all of it, you go through with the shot. It does go over the infield when you're an opening batter. It whips those wrists through. And even though a couple of times in those highlights, and on that occasion, we've seen the bat slightly twist in his hands, you get yourself out of trouble by going right through. And Matthew Hollard, well, I think he's overstepped. So he's gone for 4, and now he's going to have to bowl for a free hit. Yes, he didn't execute, but he had a plan in place. Risky one with 3rd and point inside the ring. Maybe expecting Abhishek to move leg side, gambling on that as his go-to when he's facing a free hit.
Over extra cover this time, again flat bats it. It's turning out to be another good over for India.
Well, much like when Jai Mundra started off so brilliantly, he then was treated to some boundaries at the end. A free hit Again, didn't quite get all of it how he would have wanted. A little bit of movement away. That probably helped it not go for a 6. It probably saved Matthew Hollard 2. Got it right at the end of the bat.
Yeah, 12 runs already from the first 5. I don't mind the length that the Irish quick bowlers are bowled to him. Just little short or back of length, but just the width that was an offer. Coming round the wicket. Wicket in his very first over. That was Matthew Hollard. 50 cent for 2 India.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबां केसरी
इंग्लैंड में टीम इंडिया का खौफ दिखा दूं? ओह सीधे बल्ले से ताबड़तोड़ पानी धुलाई का बड़ा मजा लीजिए बड़े स्क्रीन पर स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क के टीवी चैनल्स पर।
तेरे को शराबी मैं ना भूंड ले लेनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का।
57 for 2 they are. Oh, pitched up straight to the fielder though. Joe Mundra into his second wicket with his first ball for Ireland in international cricket. Only the second Ireland cricketer to do that in T20 internationals after Matt Humphrey in Chattogram against Bangladesh. Rishad Hussain. As I'm joined by the iconic wicketkeeper batter who was mainstay of Ireland for so long, Niall O'Brien. I think the thing that stands out for me, Niall, is the fact that you made your maiden ODI century at nearly 36.
Yeah, I hung in there just about long enough. I chucked that many hundreds away. I used to get a bit giddy when I got to 60, 70, 80 to try and get there too quickly. But yeah, that was a nice, enjoyable day. And my good friend Ish Sodhi served me up a lovely full toss on leg stump, and I pumped him into the hospitality. So thank you, Ish, if you're watching.
So many friends and family here watching Ireland today. I know that Jai Mundra's sister back in India is watching him and should be immensely proud. Slight top edge, miscued from Shreyas Iyer. Just take the single.
Yeah, it's a lovely story. Mundra, whose brother is an international cricketer, engineering, electrical engineering masters, and then he lost his job, and his mum actually wanted him to get a new job, and he pleaded with his mum, let me pursue this dream of cricket. And when you get that first wicket, Sanju Samson, I'll tell you what, it makes it all worthwhile. All the hard work, the graft, the early morning training, the extra gym, the extra fitness, it makes it all worthwhile.
Worked away, nearly finds the gap, but for some excellent, excellent work from Ross Adair. Looks like a little scrum-off dive, passed off the deck. The 2 wickets to fall.
Yeah, well, a little bit of luck, but you don't mind that. Drag on from Sanju, and then Hollard gets one in the right area. He's a bit skiddier, I reckon, but I think that was a good catch. Lorcan took it. That's not an easy catch. He had to turn, he had to twist, and he had a long time to think about it.
Straight back to Mundra. Scored a run with his first delivery when he had bat in hand. Wicket with his first delivery as a bowler. It's been a pretty good day.
This has been a huge plus for Heinrich Milan, who's crying out for a left-arm bowler, a left-arm pace bowler that he can rely upon. He's got good control. His pace has been up at 85, 86 mile an hour. So, and that last ball, 88 mile an hour. So this is a massive find for Heinrich Milan.
Number 1 in their hearts. The Jai Mundra fan club is out in full numbers. Works away. End of 5. India a 60 for 2.
इस वीकेंड होगा एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका। इंडियन आइडल में होगा किशोर कुमार के संगीत का जश्न और इंडियाज़ बेस्ट डांसर में सजेगी उर्मिला के साथ डांस और अदाओं की एक शाम।
कोल्हापुरची लवंगी मिरची है।
इस वीकेंड देखिए एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन और सोनी लिव पर।
right and right today. Please give generously for this brilliant local ball.
Second over. Whipped off his legs, and it's a second wicket as well. George Dockrell makes no mistake, and India are 3 down. Shreyas Iyer, and his T20 international captaincy debut, falls for 3 off 7 to the debutant. And a rough wicket it is.
Dockrell's an excellent catcher in the deep. Very reliable. Hollard goes at the stumps. Shreyas Iyer just flicks it. Actually a pretty good stroke, but the only thing that went wrong was the direction. Captain comes and goes for 3, and India in the power play in a bit of trouble. 60 for 3.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
Series leveled at 1-all.
New Zealand win by 253.
Watch the series decider test. England versus New Zealand. Third test, 25th to 29th June. Watch only on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network.
This is a man with a stellar career. Strike rate of nearly 150, a couple of hundreds under his belt as well. Back-to-back for Tilak Varma, including that unbeaten 120 against South Africa in Joburg a couple of years ago, and an average of 45 in T20 internationals. You get a sense that if Abhishek and Tilak are playing anywhere near their best, they can still pull India to the victory line well ahead of the 20-over mark. So Tilak Varma on strike, another left-hander at the wicket. Well, that'll race away for 4. Something for the bowler and something for the batter in that delivery.
I think that's a good shot. I think Tilak Varma, if you watch how late he plays this, he knows exactly where the field is. Third is inside the ring. I'll give all the credit to Tilak Varma there. It's a beautiful shot. Again, though, Dwayne, there's too much width. Ireland have bowled with too much width to the Indian left-handers. They've allowed the players just to free their arms and hit through the line of the ball.
Well, that's what Hollard was hoping to do. Extract a little bounce to Tilak Varma.
Well, Shreyas Iyer, it's an off-cutter. So it's clever bowling. And maybe that's just the difference, because there wasn't quite the pace on the ball. It's a good catch. Really good from George Dockrell, who's an excellent outfielder. He's not so good, George Dockrell, in the ring, catching a point and cover. But when you get him in the deep, very reliable.
Getting his ankles right here to the left-handed batter. So 2 balls remaining in the power play. But this Indian side is well ahead of where Ireland were at a similar stage. Both sides were 3 wickets down, but Ireland were 36 for 3. India 64 for 3 at the comparative stage. Idea was good. Good footwork from, I mean, he's one of those with an incredible batting average. There's the gap. And it'll make its way to the boundary. The fine 4 to finish the power play for India. 68 for 3 at the end of 6.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
एक ग्रैंड म्यूजिकल नाइट होगी। इस दौर में विलेंस को तालियां मिलती हैं। बहुत बड़ा क्रिमिनल और उसी उत्सव को लेकर हमने एक छोटा सा सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम भी आयोजित किया है।
जब मैंने इवेंट करवाने का फैसला कर लिया है,
Saw plenty of runs for India, a few too many wickets for their liking as well now.
Yeah, it was action-packed Royal Challenge power play. There was a lot of width on offer. Abhishek Sharma. This is a good catch. Lorcan Tucker backs up his bowler, backs up his debutant. Debutant's taking the 3 wickets so far. Dockrell in the deep, safe as houses. Shreyas Iyer gone. India happy, obviously 68 on the board, but those 3 just keep Ireland in the contest somewhat.
So Harry Tector makes his way into the attack now. Ireland relying more and more on his spin bowling, but it's a good idea to the left-handed batters.
I actually would open the bowling with Harry Tector. I would have been really interested in opening bowling with Harry Tector today with a couple of left-handers up top, just to try and sneak one in. India would not have been expecting it. He's got a bit of a golden arm, Harry Tector.
Set to play his 100th T20 international against India this series. If he does play on Sunday, this is his 99th in the format. Lorcan Tucker making his way all the way not to field that. A good few squares down. Let me ask you about Lorcan Tucker. I mean, he's somebody who's assumed the captaincy now for Ireland. A lot of responsibility in the captaincy role, a lot of responsibility where he bats in the order, a lot of responsibility with gloves. He's somebody, though, who's shown with bat in hand, 3 50s and 3 matches as captain. He's got the ability to handle the pressure. He's got great composure. But what do you make of him in the captaincy role?
Well, he's measured. He's a very measured individual, very level. He's consistent with form, and that's the most important thing. But what I've seen, Dwayne, in this first 6 overs or so is the relationship between Lorcan Tucker and Harry Tector. It's been noticeable. Harry Tector has been helping some of the bowlers at the back of their mark.
This one chased, but perfectly laced through a little bit of space. Tilak Varma with a lovely boundary.
Line again. Dwayne, the line again. Just have a look at the line of this ball. It's 4th, 5th stump. Majority of India's boundaries today have come when the ball's been offered with that little bit of width. Take nothing away from Varma. That was a beautiful shot. Just to go on about Lorcan Tucker, he's made a lovely start to his career batting wise, and he's obviously an astute man. He's a clever man, intelligent person on and off the field, but he's got the backing, I think, of all his team. I think what he needs to try and instill is a real belief in this side that they can mix it with the best in the world and take them on and have that belief, because the talent is there. But it's a hard job. Keeping wicket, captaining, pivotal batting position at number 4 won't be easy for Tucker as the games come thick and fast.
Sneaking the single, Tilak Varma, and India after 7. 76 for 3.
इस वीकेंड होगा एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका। इंडियन आइडल में होगा किशोर कुमार के संगीत का जश्न और इंडियाज़ बेस्ट डांसर में सजेगी उर्मिला के साथ डांस और अदाओं की एक शाम।
कोल्हापुर के लवंगी मिर्ची है।
इस वीकेंड देखिए एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन और सोनी लिव पर।
Another team bowling for Ireland from the city end. Liam McCarthy.
Oh, the three debutants, or the 3 wickets have fallen to the two debutants. Joe Mundra with the first, and Matt Hollard. His grandfather is from Cork, although he and his brother Jordan from South Africa. So too Liam McCarthy, South African born. Charging in now. Well, what's been challenging here for Abhishek Sharma is that he's faced virtually no deliveries in the last 2 overs.
Yeah, not ideal when you're flowing and you're playing beautifully like Sharma is, but 49 from 18, he's well placed. Tilak Verma is a nice player. They're two very different batters, different styles, different scoring areas.
This one though. So, worked away. 1 away from 50 is Abhishek Sharma. Oh, in the slot.
Yeah, and that 6 to 8 metre mark was the area that Ireland struggled against, but he's absolutely dominated that area.
That'll be 50. Abhishek Sharma thinks about 2, but decides against it. That'll be his 11th half-century in T20 internationals, to go with his 2 centuries as well.
Yeah, lovely knock. Fine player. Came out all guns blazing. He's found the middle of his blade right from the get-go today. Outstanding cricketer. Best strike rate in T20 cricket since 2024 of any player from a full member nation. There was a nice little moment when he was raising his bat and the Indian team were applauding, and there was a very young 15-year-old who was just acknowledging and saying, yeah, good, well played, but I'm waiting for my turn.
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, as extraordinary as Abhishek Sharma's stats are, and they are extraordinary, domestically and in franchise cricket, his stats pale in comparison to the 15-year-old Suryavanshi, who's probably the most eagerly anticipated debut to come for India. Not yet, not yet. Top ball, but
fine that Ireland bowled. They bowled slightly too wide. They got the lengths wrong. But Abhishek Sharma was one step ahead. Whatever was presented to him, he had the answer time and time again.
Points, but look at that. A career strike rate of nearly 200. Abhishek Sharma is not messing about, but he's not quite got hold of it, and as a result falls on the final ball of the 8th. Matt Humphreys. Ben Khaled takes the catch. Liam McCarthy with the wicket, his first in T20 internationals. At the end of 8, India 80 for 4, and Abhishek's gone for a well-played 50.
Well, the bat turning in his hand, I mentioned he's preferred to go over the offside as simple catch. It's a huge, huge catch. Just when India getting on top, they lose another. Sharma entertaining, going for 50, 80 for 4.
ये देखो नया नेम प्लेट।
अन्नू के साथ लोन ले रहे हो, तुम कमर कस लो।
अरे किस्तों की कुश्ती हम भी लड़ लेंगे।
वैसे आपके बेटे तो धोखा तो देंगे नहीं?
बड़े वाले भैया ने ना अलग अपार्टमेंट सेट कर लिया है।
कुछ बताना जरूरी नहीं समझ रहे बच्चे।
जेबों की फितरत होती है कि वो फट जाते हैं, और दिलों की किस्मत होती है कि वो टूट जाते हैं। लेकर जिंदगी के सिक्कों की खनक आ गई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक।
Oh, the Indian camp would be thinking that they are in a spot of bother now as Sanjay Manjrekar joins me. Wickets have been falling at regular intervals.
Yeah, another left-hander has come in, so Harry Tector, the off-spinner, will have a slightly longer spell. Was there an option of a right-hander in? Did India have an option? With Akshar Patel, Washi and Shivam Dube, all three left-handers, so I guess India had no choice. But this was a slightly...
What do you think about a box? No 45.
A little more ambitious at this stage because there were three fielders in that region. And it was always going to be a slightly risky shot. He had to absolutely nail it for it to go over the fielder. And this is not one of those grounds where you just come in and start hitting sixes. We've seen a few. The execution has to be perfect. So India more than in a spot of bother at this stage. Washington Sundar has often been used by various teams, even for his IPL franchise. Has been used to bat at the top of the order, pushed up the order, batted numerous times in the IPL at number 4. Today he's been sent ahead of Shivam Dube. Akshar Patel, who also has promoted himself and has played for his franchise as a batter.
And perhaps that's the reason why he's been pushed up today instead of Shivam Dube, because we're speculating who would come in next. Gautam Gambhir perhaps noting the fact that he has the ability to play top of the order.
Very good, Harry.
You need a bit more stability at this point in time. Not those swashbuckling shots given the scorecard.
They have seen a general trend, not just for this game, but since Gautam Gambhir has taken over. He has a certain sort of mindset and maybe a principle as well, that he likes having all-rounders in his side. Not just specialists, batters or bowlers. He's one of those guys who likes people like Washington Sundar, who's primarily a bowler who can bat a bit as well. Nitish Kumar Reddy. Now, whether he's a batting all-rounder, bowling all-rounder is another matter. But he has actually backed a lot of these players. Harshit Rana also plays more for India now under him because he also bats down the order quite well, effectively. And that's been a little bit of a change. Yeah, first ball wicket. That's a dream that any debutant would have. Have they caught better than India? Say the Irish.
Maybe you'd call it the luck of the Irish then, Sanjay. At the end of the over, it's 84 for 4.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबां केसरी। दुर्योधन के दिए विष के कारण भीम पहुंचा रहस्यमय लोक में।
शाबाश भांजे, अब भीम को मृत्यु मिलेगी और तुम्हें सिंहासन। इस नागलोक से आज तक कोई जीवित नहीं लौटा।
कह दो पूरे नागलोक से पांडु पुत्र भीम आया है।
नए लोक की नई चुनौतियों से कैसे उभरेगा भीम? हस्तिनापुर।
Harry Tector there. With the arm, speeding the bat. Doing a slight bit of variation. It's a little appeal. Washi pulls it, doesn't get the right connection. Luckily so, because there's a fielder in deep. Another Abhishek Sharma episode would have ensued otherwise.
Yeah, seems like he just rushes the batter a bit with this length that he bowls. Short of length. This comes on to the batter a lot quicker. The batters think. 85 for 4. Washi very, very deep inside the crease, looking for that short ball, expecting the short ball.
Just a single.
Come on, boys. Coming to you.
You can see the change in approach now by the Indian batters. And one has to say, Washington Sundar has that one chance to make that impact today. In difficult situations, if you hold steady, if you show that you have a good head on your shoulders, you're going to make your mark, isn't it?
Be hoping to make that happen. But Tilak Verma has shown signs very early when he came into bat. Good ball that after steady supply of short delivery, short of length. This is a surprise Yorker to Washington Sundar. Maybe he's damaged his bat in the process. It's a great Yorker.
How deep is he in the crease? I wonder, Sanjay, in terms of approaches, you being an expert batter back in the day, when you're that deep in the crease, what impact does that have on the bowler? What is he thinking?
Yeah, to get a Yorker nail it in that fashion to a guy who's already so deep is tough. Actually, it's maybe pitching outside leg. The impact was certainly in the stumps. McCarthy is excited. They've gone for it. It's a review. I hope I'm right that the ball pitched outside leg stump, but India would be slightly worried at this stage.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW. The on-field decision was not out. I've checked the feet and it's a fair delivery. May I have front on, please? May I have ultra edge, please? Ball passes the bat. Satisfied, no bat involved. May we have ball tracking, please? Pitching outside leg. Can we have Gareth back on screen? Gareth, you can stick with your original decision. You're on screen now.
Very clearly outside leg stump, and this is where you see that slight inexperience that Ireland have as an international team. A lot of their matches would be without the review system that they would play. So the bowler getting excited, McCarthy clearly pitching outside leg.
Again, rushed onto him. But Sanjay, I think you also deserve your flowers. Those eagle eyes spotting that it was pitching outside leg. Wow.
Yeah, just needed normal. I think human eyes were enough to see that. But yes. Now, Tilak Verma, when he came into bat, and something we must say, we keep going back to that tri-series in Damula, where he started batting in a different fashion towards the end of the tournament. That is going to come in handy for him today. India can't afford to lose wickets. So he's come from ball number one, looking at ones and twos, rather than the big hits. There you go, along the ground, carefully played, good running. No, they haven't gone for the single. Maybe the right thing to do. 89 for 4.
Series leveled at 1-all.
New Zealand win by 253.
Watch the series decider test. England versus New Zealand. Third test. 25th to 29th June. Watch only on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network.
ये देखो नया नेम प्लेट।
अन्नू के साथ लोन ले रहे हो, तुम कमर कस लो।
अरे किस्तों की कुश्ती हम भी लड़ लेंगे। वैसे आपके बेटे तो धोखा तो दे।
To win those as well. They had one fixture in the T20 World Cup back.
Seems like a name for a.
Catch it back, Evo, back.
Could he get a scalp here? No. Clears the infield. Lucky. Washington Sundar.
I'm going to say it seems like a name for one of those pubs that you get in Ireland, Humphreys. Let's go to Humphreys tonight. Just wonder what Washi is trying here, because every ball he's looked to hit a boundary off. And he hasn't timed a single one. I don't know whether he's been instructed to do that. He's been given a promotion, or I don't know whether it's a promotion or a normal slot for him.
Catch it, Ross.
Goes for the reverse, holds it out. That's a gift by Tilak Verma. My, oh my. India crumbling.
Yeah, the body language of the fans clearly reveal what they're thinking at the moment. Just a bit too ambitious. I've just found Indian batting a bit unrealistic today. Looking at the conditions, they've just gone too much after the bowling. I mean, Tilak Verma was showing signs of batting with some pragmatism, but he's gone for a big shot as well. That was a risky shot. Gone for 19. India 90 for 5.
What the?
Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
In his 49th innings, it's the birthday boy. Could he give all of India a gift? Or should I say a return gift? He's 9 runs short of 1,000 in T20 internationals. And yet another lefty.
If the batting conditions are going to be similar, India will have to start thinking of a pure batter in the side. Now, this was a shot that the vice-captain himself will not be too happy with. The short of length delivery, it was premeditated, but there was no pace in the ball. The ball is just not coming onto the batters much. Shreyas Iyer as well found that there was no pace in that delivery for him to get the distance. Same with Tilak Varma. So interestingly, this is a case of getting used to the conditions. You're acclimatizing yourself with Irish conditions. A lot of these guys have never been here before. It's not like they've been there having a camp of 2 weeks to prepare for this tour. So this is understandable. And in a way, a lesson that T20 batting can be like this as well, where you have to really nail your shots, or maybe hit all your shots in the first 6 overs when there are just 2 fielders outside the circle. Once the field spreads out, it's not going to be as easy. Plus, India playing a lot of all-rounders today, so there's not the kind of batting depth these guys are used to with the impact sub, where they know even 2 wickets fall. There's plenty of batting to come until number 8, very often.
Another thing that pops out, and I know we've been talking about it time and again, is the number of lefties. Only 2 righties. There was a time when we were struggling to get a left-hand bat into the team, and now there are just so many. Just look at that. Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Tilak Varma, and then it's just a hat-trick of lefties. Akshar Patel also coming in after that.
You're right. 2023, the World Cup that India lost in the final. I think the first left-hander to come into bat was Jadeja at number 7. They corrected that to a large extent, where you see left-hand, right-hand combination repeatedly for India. But today, they've gone to a staple diet for the opposition of left-hand batters. Oh, well played. Known for his power, but this is dexterity, as they say. It's 96 for 5.
ये देखो नया नेम प्लेट।
अन्नू के साथ लोन ले रहे हो, तुम कमर कस लो।
अरे किस्तों की कुश्ती हम भी लड़ लेंगे। वैसे आपके बेटे तो धोखा तो देंगे नहीं।
बड़े वाले भैया ने ना अलग अपार्टमेंट सेट कर लिया है।
कुछ बताना जरूरी नहीं समझ रहे बच्चे।
जेबों की फितरत होती है कि वो फट जाते हैं, और दिलों की किस्मत होती है कि वो टूट जाते हैं। लेकर जिंदगी के सिक्कों की खनक आ गई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक।
Ideally, the match referee should be sitting there, keeping an overall, looking at the larger picture of the game.
I wonder if every time there's a wicket, you can just ring the bell in celebration then. As of right now, the bells are being tonged for the Indian batting team, though. 96 for 5, who would have thought it? Highest successful chase, Sanjay. I will remind the viewers, this ground is 175. Only twice has 150 been successfully chased down on this ground.
Not understanding Washi's approach today is just going after every ball. And now that India have lost 5, I know the required rate is close to 10, but he's just got to be real about things. That's what India haven't been so far in this chase. They haven't been real about the conditions that they have there. And to be fair, this score that you're seeing, which at the moment looks quite steep for India, is largely because of 2 overs. 1 over from Prasidh Krishna that costed 27 runs, and 1 from Washi himself, 46 runs. Great shot that. That's really sensibly. He's got a very calm, cool head on his big shoulders, Shivam Dube. So 46 runs in 2 overs. Just take that out of the equation and maybe make it 15 or 20.
Takes it on the up, and he'll find the gap, at least take a couple. Yeah, this is just the audition. Remember, the real test is in England. It starts on 1st July. 5 T20Is and 3 ODIs live and exclusive on the Sony Sports Network TV channels. Sony Sports 10.1 for English and Sony Sports 10.3 for Hindi, and then Tamil, Telugu and Kannada you can see on Sony Sports 10.4, and of course there's Sony Sports 10.5 as well. So do tune in, and we'd like to see what kind of changes Gautam Gambhir makes as it goes on. Flat bat at this time around.
Twice he's played that pull shot, but just no power in the shot, and that's largely because of the pitch and how the pace is being taken off by virtually every seamer when they bowl short of length. That's the London eye.
Yeah, because we have one eye in London as well because of that England series. That's what we were trying to showcase through that little image. Back to Belfast. India is about to reach the 3-figure mark. And you were talking about the messaging that was given to Washington Sundar, or is it just his own thought given the conditions?
Just watching him bat now, every ball that he's faced.
100 up.
Yeah, they've got the fielders in the right position. The idea is to keep it short to India. I guess what they've decided on this pitch is to keep the ball short, get the Indians to pull a lot more than play off the front foot. And they've got 3 fielders in the deep. So somewhere India have to produce these extremely well executed pull shots to clear those fielders.
He's got in the top edge. And Washington Sundar will have to make the long walk back. This is turning out to be the curse of the Irish for the Indians.
Yeah, he bowled one poor over, which was unfortunate. Washington Sundar, he's backed that up with poor batting as well. It's not just about getting out on 9 of 11, just every ball. The approach and what he was trying to do was just devoid of logic. And you can safely say India in dire straits, really. Target 183. Going to be hard to achieve with the kind of batters India have following up. Just too ambitious. Wasn't sensible batting, and paying the price for it almost seemed like it was on the cards. 100 for 6 India.
ये देखो नया नेम प्लेट।
अन्नू के साथ लोन ले रहे हो, तुम कमर कस लो।
अरे किस्तों की कुश्ती हम भी लड़ लेंगे। वैसे आपके बेटे तो धोखा तो देंगे नहीं।
बड़े वाले भैया ने ना अलग अपार्टमेंट सेट कर लिया है।
कुछ बताना जरूरी नहीं समझ रहे बच्चे।
जेबों की फितरत होती है कि वो फट जाते हैं, और दिलों की किस्मत होती है कि वो टूट जाते हैं। लेकर जिंदगी के सिक्कों की खनक आ गई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक।
Ireland putting a little pressure on here. Tector. Pressure being released with this stroke. It's glorious. It's hefty. It's all the way for 6. Shivam Dube.
Well, he's a very fine 6 hitter against spin bowling and against medium pace bowling. Shivam Dube. This is meat and drink. He murders this kind of bowling. Such a powerful ball striker. It's right in the hitting zone. It is in the arc, and it was sent out of the park.
Take the single to bring Akshar Patel on strike. If there's another player in this lineup who can hit a very long 6, Akshar Patel. But we're approaching the stage. If Rashid Rana would be classed as a genuine batter as well, but we're approaching the stage where in another couple of wickets and Ireland will feel that their first win against India in T20s is very much on.
Very good, Hark, very good.
Well, I must say Ireland have adjusted their plans accordingly. They've bought lots of cutters after an expensive start in the power play. They've gone into the pitch. They have learned from India. Bang it in. See what variation there is off the surface and get your players positioned in the deep.
How are you?
Rates up at 10 and over, Dwayne. So, you know, from a fielding perspective and from an Ireland perspective, you have to believe now. So when you're in the ring, Lorcan Tucker, the men at point, Ross Adair at backward point, extra cover, you have to create this atmosphere that you're hunting wickets all the time. You can't give easy singles. Boundaries will come because Dubé and Akshar Patel are good boundary hitters. But if you can just squeeze one ball and over, two balls and over, make a couple of dots and push it to 12s.
That's it.
Looking to go hard. Just manages to find a little bit of a gap. Likely would have gone over the infield regardless.
And if you look at Shivam Dubé, he's only going to play one way. Shivam Dubé is not going to try and push this around and take it deep, as they say. He's going to try and take this attack down. Just keep chipping away at the other end.
Harry, well done.
Quicker ball to end from Harry Texas. Worked away for a single. And McCarthy with the fielding. End of 13, India, 111 for 6.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
इस वीकेंड होगा एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका। इंडियन आइडल में होगा किशोर कुमार के संगीत का जश्न और इंडिया बेस्ट डांसर में सजेगी उर्मिला के साथ डांस और अदाओं की एक शाम।
कोल्हापुरची लवंगी मिरची है।
इस वीकेंड देखिए एंटरटेनमेंट का डबल धमाका सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन और सोनी लिव पर।
Team India is ready.
She can certainly wield a bat. But India needing something special. Hollard to continue. 3 wickets already on debut for Matt Hollard. Matt Hollard mentioned that he comes from South Africa. Well, there's a few who've been doing duties on covering the advertising boards in front of the sight screens between overs. That is a glorious delivery.
Certainly quicker than you think. Hollard is early 80s, but he's skiddy. Seems to pick up a little bit of pace off the surface. Had a nervy start. The first over was certainly a nervous one for Hollard, and he has settled in nicely. It's another. He just rolls. It's not a slow ball as such. He just has it. Rolls it slightly down the right-hand side of the ball, but it's skiddy.
He's been bowling well. He's been chipping in with regular wickets in the domestic season for Leinster Lightning. He's got 6 in 4 T20 matches. He's also managed to chip in with his career-best T20 score in the earlier in the season against the Warriors. But he and his brother Jordan have been going well. Speaking of players that have gone well, start from Ed Joyce on the right and move your way across.
Yeah, Ed Joyce, probably, in my opinion, the greatest player Ireland have ever produced. Outstanding cricketer, Ed Joyce. Wonderful batter. Working in the media here and coaching at Gloucestershire currently in the County Championship. I think there was Greg Mullins there, who's a former Ireland left-arm finger spinner, previous teammate of mine. Brother captain Ireland, of course. It's Greg Mullins with the sunglasses. His brother Jason Mullins, captain Ireland. Boyd Rankin, my host. I'm staying with Boyd Rankin. He looked after me last night. And then was left. Stuart,
what's your
Stuart
brother
Thompson.
doing just above Stuart Thompson?
Kev is just dodging work, I think.
Having a few words with Ed Joyce, brother of Isabel Joyce, who's in the commentary team. Oh, get the chalk out. That looked like it was off the toe of the bat.
Yeah, Mark Adair was down there also at some stage, just with those guys just congregating and chatting. And Mark Adair, albeit to be disappointed, obviously, to be injured, he'll be really happy to see a couple of pace bowlers performing on the debut, just to give him a little bit of a filler, a little bit of support moving forward. Another cutter, yeah, slower ball. He's actually been mightily impressive here, Hollide.
Well, it's a fantastic way to finish on debut. 3 for 28 for Matt Hollard. It's been a spectacular debut for the 27-year-old. His grandfather is from Cork.
With your Apple Watch, you can take an ECG. And with iPhone, you can share the results with your doctor.
Ireland seeking their first ever T20 international victory over India. Humphreys full and wide, but it beats the fielder. Goes past Liam McCarthy and races away. Khaleds can't get around to cut it off. Akshar Patel with a fine boundary.
Yeah, floaty and full. And too wide, most importantly from Humphreys. It's a long half volley. It's not great bowling, it's good batting, he's a good cricketer. Akshar Patel is a genuine all-rounder, time and time again for Delhi Capitals. He bails them out in the IPL.
Wonderful ball.
I'm just trying to figure out what Lorcan Tucker's plans are going to be in terms of bowling. We haven't seen Gareth Delaney yet, and I think we're unlikely to see a leg spinner at this stage. Does he have enough faith to bowl Harry Tector 4 overs? He might have to.
Great take.
Yeah, good from Tucker. He's hardly put a foot wrong today. He really has been good. With bat and gloves, his captaincy's been good. He's been proactive as a captain. That was a lovely bit of footwork.
Straight back at Humphreys, can't hold on to it, but that was a very difficult chance. A chance nonetheless. Lorcan Tucker knows how close it was, but Humphreys, I think, wants some medical attention. And I hope it's not his bowling hand.
Yeah, I think it's certainly his bowling hand. It was absolutely smashed back. Yeah, left thumb. Left thumb, that's going to hurt. I've had that many a time. Top of the thumb. Let's have a look at this. Look away now if you're squeamish. This could be sore.
Lorcan Tucker, well, that's the wry smile that your teammates give you when you're in agony down one end.
Big moment, though. In all seriousness, that's a huge moment because Ireland, they would have needed 4 overs out of Humphreys here, especially because they've only used 5 bowlers thus far. Rouser, the physio. Mark Rouser, the physio, former Glamorgan physio, been here a long time, excellent at his job, but he's got running repairs to do. It's game on here in Belfast, the first of the spinny T20Is.
Ireland, though, really chipped in. 3 overs from the end, Ireland absolutely took off. George Dockrell and Gareth Delaney with a 49-run partnership and a handful of deliveries. Oh, Matt Hollard receiving his cap from Liam McCarthy. Cap number 63. And what a start he had to his international career. Jai Mundra got a wicket with his first ball, but this was Matt Hollard's second delivery in international cricket. Then he picked up the India captain, Shreyas Iyer, and the last of his deliveries caught by Khalid's Washington Sundar. That is a phenomenal debut. Man, his brother can play as well. Think of that 40-odd ball century in the Irish Senior Cup final last year, Jordan. It was, Balbriggan against Clontarf, yeah. I think they won by 12 runs in the end.
Yeah, his brother was he batting number 7 or 8, and he just rescued it. They got a high-scoring game, if I remember, 330 potentially, high-scoring encounter.
That's it. The match where he probably impressed the most was a match where he played for Balbriggan against the Hills. He took 6 for 6 as the Hills were bowled out for 19, and Balbriggan chased the total in 14 balls. But that's top-level club cricket here. And a year on, here he is playing international cricket, 3 for 28 on debut. Partnerships have not really come together for India throughout, and they're all double figures, Niall O'Brien, but not one of them beyond 30.
Yeah, and that's the difference really with Ireland. They stitched together a couple of really meaningful partnerships. Think of Delaney and Lorcan Tucker played beautifully. They combined nicely. Dockrell combined nicely at the back end as well. So they were the partnerships that just pushed Ireland above that 160, 170 mark that we thought they might get to and propelled them to a very, very healthy total. Now this is interesting because he's got tape on his bowling hand here, and you have got the right as a batter to just question whether they're allowed to have tape. It will be a question for the umpires and match referee just to say, yeah, that's fine. We're permitting him.
Well, close your eyes now if you're squeamish. Or you can look at the expression on his face. He's grimacing the moment that ball is struck. He knows it's going to hurt.
I'll tell you what, it's hurting now, but it will hurt a lot later on. Once the adrenaline goes, later on, that's going to be very, very uncomfortable for Matthew Humphries. But he has to just dig deeper. He's got 9 balls to try and bowl, then he can maybe go off and they can get a sub-fielder.
So, how does he manage this, Matt Humphries?
Back in you, Humps.
This is not easy for Humphries. This is class and resilience, mental strength all coming into play. Looks to fire one in. Completely miscued by the batter. Aksar Patel.
I just think with that blow to the hand, he's really struggling to try and spin the ball. Because of that thumb, because of that forefinger, he's finding it very difficult to give it a rip, and at the moment it's just damage limitation to try and get out of the over.
Might not even be able to feel his hand at the moment. Might function with anything. Pitched up and put away. 6 to finish, 15 done. India 129 for 6.
तेरे को शर्म आती थी ना गले में बैठने में। दानी को एंजाइटी अटैक हुआ है। You all need family therapy. मैं ना भूंड ले लेनी स्ट्रेस थी।
आपको थोड़ा टेंडर होने की जरूरत है।
टेंडर? वो जो अखबारों में निकलता है सड़क बनाने का।
तेरा बाप आया।
Hollard, 3 for 28 on debut. Jaimundra's got 2 left, 1 for 10. Humphries 1 for 37, but that hand damaged. His economy rate taking a bit of a pounding and clubbed for 6 off that final ball. Here's Jaimundra back into the attack. Worked away off his legs, field around there. Khalets cuts it off nicely on the bounce. That will come through for 2, but that's the kind of fielding that'll just see the energy levels rise.
Well, the last ball of Humphries over, it just had to be damage limitation. He went up. For some reason, he went up above the iron. He took pace off the ball. There was only ever going to be one result. Nearly a specky in the crowd. Nearly, sir. No, not good enough. Not good enough. Didn't drop his points. Good.
Not a drop spilled.
What was the bloke celebrating for? He dropped the catch. He was celebrating like he won the World Cup. He put it down.
This is the fielding effort a moment ago from Khalets. Just a boundary check here to ensure that everyone is content. And clearly kept in. Limited to 2. Well, he's certainly showing a full repertoire here, Jaimundra.
Well, the 2 debutants for Ireland have been mightily impressive. Really good. They've shown game awareness, they've shown skill, execution, composure at times when the pressure's been on. Really, really good to see.
But what's really impressed me about Mundra here is, in Ireland, he's so often bowling to right-handed batters. Now on international debut, a step up, he's got to bowl to so many left-handers. And he's come up trumps on numerous occasions. Well, 5 of the wickets today have been from seamers. First of those, Mundra. And just look at the lengths that they've been pitched.
Yeah, they've all generally been fuller in length than when Ireland got out to seamers. A couple at the back of the length where India prospered, but Ireland have been a wee bit fuller. Because they haven't got the pace maybe of the Indian bowlers, they've had to be a little bit fuller, and that's been well rewarded. But they've been excellent. They've adapted right from the outset, Ireland.
Worked away. Good fielding. Committed fielding.
Fielding's been pretty good today. Dwayne, you take yourself back to watching Ireland at the World Cup in Sri Lanka. The fielding was shambolic at times, really was. They dropped, I think Ireland dropped 13 catches in 2 games against Australia and Sri Lanka, but today the fielding has been much, much better.
I mentioned a moment ago the way Khaled saved 2 on the boundary. That's the kind of thing that just lifts the energy level of the entire team. The commitment comes from witnessing moments like that, and others produced similar. Similar place, lacking in power. Khaleds will collect just the single. And this is a good over for Ireland in the sense that India have yet to find a boundary. They still need effectively 2 a ball to win. Ireland, I remind you, still seeking their first ever win against India in T20 internationals. Only 4 opponents in international cricket that Ireland have never beaten. India is one of them.
What's the famous quote from the movie? So you're saying there's a chance. It was a Dumb and Dumber.
I was about to say, was that Jim Carrey?
What a movie that is. Dumb and Dumber. Classic. I'm showing my kind of intellect here.
I thought you were labeling this commentary duo.
No, I wouldn't bring you down to my level.
Just get out of the over now. That'll be the instruction from Harry Tector, who's showed great maturity to come across to the youngsters at numerous times during the innings. Caught and ball. Jaimundra finishes with 2 for 16 through 3. India 7 down. Mundra has 2. And India struggling at 135 for 7, needing more than 2 a ball to win.
Shivan Dubé does not like aggressive bowling back of a length. He likes to hit medium pace bowling. He doesn't like it at all when you bowl back of length. It's a great caught and bowl. Never easy. The dangerous Dubé going for 25. And I'll tell you what, it's game on. 135 for 7.
Your Apple Watch helps you track your cycle. And your iPhone gives you the bigger picture, so you stay in tune with your body.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
Big wicket, Jai Mundra. What a cotton bowled. What a cotton bowled game in the balance.
Kevin, you're being really kind to India. It's not in the balance, it's Ireland ahead. Yeah, there's this partnership, it was happening. It's looking decent. What a wonderful catch of his own bowling. Superb.
Yeah, great spell so far from Jai Mundra. Super cotton bowled. No cotton bowled is ever easy. On debut. In the follow through. Dubé can't believe it.
That's hit hard, but good piece of fielding. Keep it down to only a single. Delaney into the attack pretty late. To bowl the 17th for the leg spinner.
Interesting tactics from Lorcan Tucker, the skipper, but bringing the leg spin in of Delaney, an experienced bowler. Generally not a big turner. We haven't seen much turn on this wicket throughout the game, but will generally slide it in towards the right-hander. And
yeah, this could be interesting against Harshit Rana, who likes pace. He likes the ball coming onto the bat, can hit a long ball. He's been working very hard with the bat. He can contribute, and that's what India needs. 47 required of 22. Right, so we've got a deep mid-wicket, a deep square leg, and a long on the onside. 3 boundary riders. 2 dot balls.
yeah, take the pace right off there from Delaney. Usually he's in around high 50s, early 60s. There's a lot more flight than usual. 2 crucial dots.
Full again, nicely bowled. Will only get a single. It's turning out to be a very good over. Mind you, this is the 17th over. His first. In 4 deliveries, he's just given away 2 singles.
He's bowled very well here. Thinking maybe give him another one. Maybe his Lorcan Tucker thing. See how these 2 balls finish. But 46 off 20 balls now. With only Axar Patel really of the recognised batsman left.
Yeah, that's a tricky bit for India. I've lost 7 wickets. Hasn't hit it hard enough. That's another wicket. That's number 8. That's Ireland. A wicket closer to making history.
Super catch from Tim Tector at long on. Slow again, pace off, a bit wider, forcing Axar to drag it to the leg side. It's come off the top of the bat. Stunning catch by Tim Tector coming in. It was the googly from Delaney. Out of the hitting zone. Oh, straightforward in the end. Great fielder like his older brother. Tim Tector, stunning catch. Axar Patel goes. India wobbling. 137 for 8.
Apple Watch helps you track your sleep. And iPhone gives you a bigger picture of how you can improve it.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
just about 6. A magnificent over from Delaney. 138 for 8 India.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
एक ग्रैंड म्यूजिकल नाइट होगी। इस दौर में विलेंस को ही तालियां मिलती हैं। बहुत बड़ा क्रिमिनल और उसी उत्सव को लेकर हमने एक छोटा सा सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम भी आयोजित किया है।
जब मैंने इवेंट करवाने का फैसला कर लिया है,
Yeah, 138 for 8 India. And acquired 45 of 18. Mundra straight to the field, Arshdeep. Scamper through for a single.
Here's the wicket. Delaney the googly. Nice and wide, forcing Axar Patel to drag it in. He knew it the minute he hit it. He didn't get enough on it. Comfortably taken by Tim Tector, and the Irish fans are happy. The small pocket of Irish fans in green are happy at the moment. Can the Irish bowlers close it out?
In the driver's seat now. Ireland, India needing 44 of 17. Harshit Rana on strike. Swing and a miss.
Good pace from Mundra, 85 mile an hour. Stunning debut from Jai Mundra. His length has been fantastic. His line has been just as good. The odd variation into the wicket, reading the batsman well. Always been one step ahead of the batsman.
It's fairly quick as well. It's been thereabouts, around 85 miles an hour. Oh, that's a big one. India would need a few more of those.
Huge. Harshit Rana pumped that slower ball from Jai Mundra. He's pumped it miles over the ropes. Little off cutter, I think. Rana just sitting deep in the crease, and what a swing. Perfect textbook position for that hitting. The baseball coach will be happy. And 86 meters. He knew it was 6 the minute he hit it. Gives India a slight chance.
Well, yeah, 38 of 15. Still a very long way to go. Change of balls here. Haven't got it back. Saw a few cricket fields behind us.
Yeah, so the pitches behind us would be the Civil Service Cricket Club's second ground. I think that's gone a little bit further. And maybe out in the road. Oh, there it is. Come back. It's come back now.
All right, now we're good to go again. Harshit can hit a long ball, but 1 or 2 won't be good enough. Third inside the circle, fine leg inside the circle. Again, nice and tight. Mixing it really well, Mundra.
Yeah, back to the pace on delivery. Again, superb length, just going over off stump, and judging by those last 3 balls, dot 6, dot, the slower ball going for 6. Be very surprised if they go pace off to finish the over. Looking to go with the field change, deep backward point now, going out to the boundary and square legs coming in. You would suggest slightly wide of Rana going across him from this left arm over angle, pace on.
Yeah, the wide line. It was that, exactly that. Another dot ball. A polite question asked and denied.
Yeah, Jai Mundra was interested. Lorcan Tucker shook his head pretty quickly, but again, good execution. The plan was set, and then as a bowler, you know, you can have the plans. It's how do you execute that plans under pressure? You know, you're playing against the best team in the world. Huge crowd here in Storm. Apologies, huge crowd watching at home. Can you hold your nerve in a crucial time? And at the moment, Mundra's doing that fantastically well.
It should be wide and given. But even then, it's turning out to be a good over for Ireland.
India need boundaries. The more bowls the Irish bowlers bowl without going for a boundary continues to increase that required run rate, up at 17.08 now. Original rate started at 9.15, so fantastic display by the Irish bowlers.
That's up in the air, not long enough. That should be number 9. It is number 9. Oh no, he's dropped it. Would you believe it? Oh, that was the easiest of chances we've seen so far this evening. Harshad Rana survives, 147 for 8.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
Two overs to go here in this spinning T20 International. Ireland required 2 wickets, India required 36 runs. Turning the ball, 19 overs.
The Irish bowlers were expensive in the first few overs. What they did really well was hold on to their nerves, keep picking wickets, and that's the reason they're ahead.
Absolutely. They needed to take wickets to be in a chance of winning this game, which they have done. Can they close it out the last 2 overs?
Yeah, Humphreys back into the attack to bowlers, 4th and last. Toe end. There's a fielder coming under it, and it is taken. Missed last over, but not this time. And India lose their 9th, and Ireland a wicket closer.
Super catch, Ben Killitz in the deep. It went so high, he had time to think about it. Got under it and steadied himself. Off the toe of the bat of Rana. Ben Killitz steadied himself just inside the rope. Pressure catch. Ireland take the 9th wicket. India 147 for 9.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
History! Ireland is making a history.
36 of 11. And we were debating about Humphreys. Should he bowl this over? He comes in and picks up a wicket in the very first ball of the over. Straight to the fielder. How good has the Irish bowlers been? The quick bowlers, the debutants, the spinners.
Yes, they've been very good. They've learned from the Indian bowlers. Where was the easiest place on this wicket to score? And it was straight down the ground. The Irish bowlers have pulled their length back, spinners included, reaping the rewards.
And especially when you think about the Irish side and you look at the bowling side, I said, oh, that looks depleted. couple of debutants, both of them seam bowlers, and then defending 182, which looks like a decently good batting surface.
Absolutely, an inexperienced bowling attack with the likes of Mark Adair, Josh Little, Barry McCarty, all injured. This young bowling attack in games has bowled brilliantly. Backed up in the field also.
They've been very smart indeed. As far as India is concerned, they'll be disappointed with this performance. They started off well, but then kept losing wickets. That's up in the air. That should be taken. It's a difficult one. And that's history created here in the capital of Northern Ireland, in Belfast, as Ireland beat India for the first time in any format. And this is a huge achievement for this young, inexperienced Irish side, led by Lorcan Tucker. Only his third game as the skipper of this side. And what a moment for him, the Irish team and Irish cricket.
Yes, delight in the crowd. Deserved victory by Ireland, 34 runs. As you said, well led by the new captain, Lorcan Tucker. Young, inexperienced bowling attack.